Hey, what's up, guys? What should today's title be, huh? There's nothing crazy going on. Maybe free ones for new guys. That's true. We hand out free cards for new buyers. Let's make the second portion of the title Cool Torchic, Gold Star. Then let's say building up the binder break, which has become suddenly pretty popular. People ask about it. All right, cool. Just gonna jump over here. We also need to take pictures for Mr. NHCC. So we'll jump over here. Where'd I put his stuff, by the way? Did I? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. All right. Who just buzzed me? Somebody just texted me. We're going live for Monday evening. There it goes. We'll hit send. All right, lovely. Hey, look at that Torchic. So, let's see. That looks correct. Let me go ahead and delete this. And we'll move out of here. We'll hit refresh. Hey, what's up? J-Line all the time. Let me hit refresh over here. Okay. And let me hit refresh over here. Nice. All right, so everything's been refreshed. Let me go ahead and turn on the iPad. Hey, how's it going? Happy Monday, guys. How's it going? All right, we'll just click on this. I was going to make some videos, but I ended up cooking a soup for us and sitting down and eating a ton of soup with Karis. How much for that Torchic? I don't know. I actually do not know. He's a lovely little card, though. Let me see. He's a Gold Star Torchic. I was thinking he could be a Mega Break or Jumbo Break or whatever we call it now. But we're not done with the Nido King, so we can't start this one yet. So we're just got to do them one at a time, really. Let's see. I thought he'd be really cool as a Mega Break. Here's a similar one. And what did I pay for this, by the way? I'll turn this down a little bit. Okay, he was cheap and inexpensive. Oh, he only cost $3.26 thousand. Wow. And that's before all the taxes and everything. Okay. Cheap, affordable. Oh, wait a second. Oops. Doop. Wow, pricey, man. Whew. TCC gym, TCC again. Nice, dude. You hitting the gym? All right. Today I'm kind of on a calorie cut today. Got to do it, you know what I mean? Or else you just get super fat. There. I had like a chicken broth and rice soup with a ton of vegetables in it. Look at that Cardos Donald Duck. Here is a Team Rocket Jesse. I went from 178 to 212. You mean you gained weight? Look at that. Very nice. We've got some nice stickers here. Okay, top stickers, Merlin stickers. Here's a Karuta Arbok. This is a gradable card. Okay, this is a bad time to bring up Golden Corral. Ooh, I went to Golden Corral in St. Louis. I went to the O'Fallon one. It was pretty nice. Clean. The food was juicy and fresh. Yeah, every Golden Corral is not the same. They're not all equal to each other. Some of them are kind of like yucky. Like they don't want to restock the food or something like that, you know. Some of them are yucky. Put this here. Here's a Moana. Whoa. It's kind of a weird looking Moana. That's Disney 100 Cardos, printed by Bandai Namco. Here's a card. So here is a Tyranitar V in a... We are. Wow, he looks really good. Okay, here he is. Yes, this is a bad time to bring up Golden Corral. There we go. Nice Tyranitar. Here is a Lantern. Beautiful. Here is a Sleep. Here is Rocket Drowsy. Here is Space Set Vulpix. Okay, very nice. And here is an Erica's Bellsprout. There we go. Hey, what's up, Gabriel? So all of this is going into the binder break. It's time to sort of flesh out the binder break. That's our job. We got to fill it up now with like stuff and things. Actually, I think I added these as well. So these went in, and these went in. So just some kind of filler. There's like a combination. There's like nicer cards and then there's filler cards. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we are now formally adding these. Cardos. This is actually Cardos Pokemon. That's Spearow. Here's Kuromi, Hello Kitty. Here's a Charmander, Charmeleon, and a Diglett Dugtrio. Erica's Bellsprout, Vulpix, Drowsy, Arbok, Sleep Trainer, Lantern, Tyranitar V. These stickers and those Topps cards. Hey, there we got it. Look at that, guys. All right, cool. So it is Monday. How's your Monday, everybody? Hope you're having a great Monday. Nothing special going on right now. No Ascended Heroes in the mail. I did get some things in the mail, though. These cards you see in front of you, came in the mail. Nice little Pikachu. There's the Bruxish. Here's Superior Kyurem. All right. Here's Reshiram, Vincent Tornadus. Very nice. Me, says J-Dog. What's up, J-Dog? How's it going, man? Mr. J-Dog. All right. So there's a Jack of Clubs Lily. Doesn't that look amazing? I don't know what I paid for this. I think I paid a couple $100. And then here's this guy who just finished selling on eBay for $460, but this is a different one. And then this beautiful Torchic, which is so cheap. Look at him. Man, he's got a nice swirl on him. Look at that swirl. Oh, he's so pretty. Wow. Gold Star cards, huh? So I suppose I bought a Gold Star Torchic for a future break. Or who knows, maybe a pricey slab away, but I don't know if you could handle the slab away. So let's set them over here to the side. And then let's take these pretty things. Let's leave them up. Now the question is, do I sell these? That's the question. I'm tempted to offer this one to you guys for $460 because that is now the last sold on that card. But do I sell this one? All right, welcome, guys. Welcome. Take a second, smash that like button. We're in horizontal mode. If you like horizontal mode, show that you love it. You're in competition with the vertical mode, guys. We had like, by the end of the vertical stream, when I was saying the stream was over, we had like 50 viewers left because people kind of detect when it's ending and they start to, you know, kind of peter off. And we had like over 40 likes already. So we almost had the same likes as views. It's really impressive. Here we are. Yo, hey, how's it going, AOG? 460. Wow, cheap. So this guy, huh? Is there one for sale online at all? Let's see if there's even one for sale. All right, so we're going to say PSA 10 playing cards. Lily? Lily. This is an extremely rare Lily. So if you like to collect Lily cards, oh my gosh. Well, hold on. So there is one of these for sale online. They want $750 for it. But what's the last sold? The last sold is like $460, right? Okay, the last sold was $450. That's right. And then this Lily, she sold on February 4th and is sold for $400. I don't know. I feel like I'd rather just keep it at that price, though. I would honestly rather just keep this Lily card than sell it for $400. I feel like it's a $1,000 Lily card, especially for hardcore Lily collectors. Okay, let me see. So the population on this card is 29. I mean, that's pretty rare. 29 is a low pop count. 29. There it is. Check that out. 29. Very interesting, huh? You don't get a lot of artworks of Lily where it kind of shows her off like that. And then I guess there's none for sale now, huh? I could just choose my own price. Maybe I should just offer it. Let me see. Yeah, so there's not one of these for sale. There's one of these for sale online for $750, and there's not one of these for sale. Last sold on this is $450. So actually, I'd like to come in at $600. Oh, that looks terrible. I gotta learn to write, man. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to the evening stream, the daytime stream. There it goes. So there we go, $600. We're $150 cheaper than the one on eBay. And then there is not one of these for sale at all on eBay. Now, I feel like this is the chase card from that deck. It's a very rare deck that this comes out of. You can see it's almost 9 years old. So this comes out in the XY era, and it's about 9 years old. Maybe this is the very beginning of the Sun and Moon era, actually. And, yeah, okay, yeah, this would be the beginning of the Sun and Moon era. That's what this is. I'm going to go with the high price. I don't know, because this is the desirable card. This is the card to get from that set. So that's Pop 29, 1,200. That's quite a bit more than the last sold, but that's what I'm willing to do to get rid of it, to give it up. Otherwise, I'd like to just go put that into my vault and call it a day. And if I list it from the vault, probably going to be the same price, $1,200. So there it is. All right, 22 and 29. Those are the pop counts on that card. Beautiful. Beautiful and rare. We love rare cards. Did you guys like the Torchic in the thumbnail? That could be a future mega break. And we were just working on the binder break. If you missed it, there's a whole bunch of there's a whole bunch of cards in there now. But of course, we have to make it sexier. How do we make it even more sexy? Let's here. Let me add a card to it. Give me a second. We're gonna add one of these. Let's add one of these. Polyrath. All right. As if we don't already have enough poker cards in there. And then let's add one of these, maybe. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Let's talk about the breaks when we get enough people in here. Shaman, Golding, Hoot Hoot, Professor Turo, Larvitar, Growlithe, Jolteon. So this is a nice packet of filler cards. Boink. There we go. We got some filler cards in there. Now it's starting to look like a big bag. We can use this later. So the daytime stream, I think one of the breaks went off. Yeah, the pack split went off. You might have missed that in the daytime stream. The pack split went off. Oh, and NHCC's here. Let's take pictures of your stuff now. NHCC, are you ready? All right. So here you go. Here's what you got. So you bought that. Woo. Was this you? Oh, wow. Look at that, guys. He got this Battle of Alabasta Smoker as well. That's one of the cool things about this channel is all the breaks we host. All right, so here you have Gold Signature Mel. Let's go ahead and place her in the middle. Here's Ghastly Yellow. Looks like you might have bought that one outright or pulled that out of the... ooh, you got this Misty Pikachu. Nice, dude. Pulled that out of the Live Customs. And then these two were lucky that you actually got them on breaks. Your odds were only 1 in 17 over here. Wow. So that is awesome. Let's take a picture. Okay, and then we got some booster boxes. We're taking a picture of that too, huh? So you bought the Yuzu Soft. By the way, I found another box of Yuzu Soft. And that's not a surprise. That happens. It happens because when I'm bringing stuff into the room, sometimes I bring extra and then I just set it somewhere. So I found it was behind me. We are. So these are all yours. I'm here for the free ones, bro. Yes, we got free ones for first-time buyers. I'm just letting first-time buyers know that so they can try out their first purchase. So here's a box of Sneaker Bunko. Free ones. Me. Hey, what's up, man? All right, so here's this. Good. Gonna upload that. And here is this. I guess these used to be cheaper in the past, huh? These Scarlet boxes. Looks like I wrote directly onto the box here. Okay. Ba-doop-ba-doop-boo, ba-doop-ba-doop-boo. And this one as well. Now, we already took a picture of your Yuzu box. There we go. Is that all of it? Okay, that's all of it, all right? Very good. So that's what I found. Now, you also have like 4 ETB boxes. I'm talking to like half boxes, right? And they are full of cards. Now, those could kind of be taken apart and looked at if you do a bag sort or something like that. And we could probably take pictures of those if you ended up wanting to do that. But I could maybe in the meantime just take a picture of the box full of your cards or something. But you got a decent amount of raw cards to look at and sort through and kind of pick out what you want to do with them. You can trade some of them away for slabs. You know, we got the 9 slabs rotation coming up soon, and those are all up for trade. Favorable trades too, like generous trades. All right, how much for that? That's a great question. You got, so it's like 4 boxes, and it must be like 20 bags or something. Maybe like 25 bucks. We go through all your cards. It's a lot of stuff, so it would take a while. Here, let me go put this away now. I'm gonna go put this away. Where should I put your cards? I think I will send these back down to Miss Alette. No, I'll leave them upstairs, actually, in case you decide you want to do something with them. All right, it's all together. Ba-do-ba-do-boo. So today we have some special cards for sale. The Queen of Spades, Lily Lunala, and the Jack of Clubs, Lily Cosmog, which features a full image of Lily. All right. Over here we have our Topps cards. I'm going to open a fresh box of these. Try to clear up a little bit over here. Oh, yeah, we have this last box of Oshinoko. It's really cheap. It's like 45 bucks or something. All right. Ooh. So I'm going to open one of these boxes up real fast and get it put into this baggie, because the baggie's getting kind of low. Okay. Scooba-dee-boo. Smoker, I bought out the brick. Oh! That makes sense. He's cool, man. Throw that away. I don't think you made a bad purchase there, you know, because those one-piece cards are all going up in price right now. And they're still kind of doing that. And that's some vintage one-piece. So I think that's actually a decent move. Here we are. I watched a video today. I was watching Rattle make fun of the Super Bowl commercial for Pokemon. Give me a second. I got a little cough here. I had a little itchy throat for a second there. Did you guys see that video? He was making fun of... So I guess people are noticing just how much money Pokemon probably spent on the Super Bowl ad. And all the ad was Pokemon, like, showing off celebrities, I guess. And they weren't even, like... They were just like ho-hum celebrities. And it was just like, what are you doing? And they paid crazy amounts of money to do that. And people were pointing out that the amount of money they spent on that ad was actually more money than they spent developing highly criticized Legend CA, the current game. You know, because Legend CA came out and it still got all the same problems. The characters turn all weird. They got bad facial expressions, no voice acting. Everything just feels cheap and rushed and like it was made by a, you know, like a small gamer dev community, not like a AAA company. The buildings look like they got a fake wallpaper on them. They're just perfectly square buildings with, like, I guess, like, you know, image wraps that appear to give them a 3D context, but they don't have it. And so he was noticing, I guess, that the amount of money they spent on the Super Bowl ad, and perhaps in combination with what they must have had to pay the celebrities to be in the ad, is so outrageously expensive that is more money than they spent developing that game. How silly is this? People are saying they could have just doubled the budget of the game and given us a good Pokemon game. And I feel like that's actually a really good criticism. What do you mean, ho-hum celebrities? Jisoo! I actually don't know who Jisoo is, so I apologize. I don't know who that is. Trevor Noah, I'm selling off my collection right now. Yeah, like, I was like, yeah, you know, Trevor Noah, that's the guy. A sneak peek into the 30th anniversary or something cool or some special announcement. No, you're just getting a couple of celebrities like Trevor Noah and Pokemon paying buttloads of money to put them on into an ad on the Super Bowl. It was weird. I have a rare treat with me here today. Canada Dry. Canada Dry Zero Sugar. One of my favorite sodas. We bought some because we were in St. Louis. We don't have Canada Dry out here in Lake of the Ozarks. I don't recognize these celebrity names. That was Charles Leclerc, my sweet Ferrari boy. So, Mr. Harry Kennison, what's up, man? Good to see the community is still strong. That's right, we're still going. We're still alive. Lady Gaga was on the ad. Yeah, but it's like, she's weird, man. I don't know. She's like, how do you describe Lady Gaga? She doesn't make me think Pokemon. Like many artists, she makes you think extreme narcissism. And, you know, like she's doing everything she can for attention, I guess. It doesn't, you know, it's not everyone's screaming to see Lady Gaga as a Pokemon celebrity to the tune of the cost of the entire development of the not so well received Legends CA video game. So I thought it was a fair criticism, and I was surprised to see Rattle making that video because I was like, wow, this is a good video. Like I couldn't agree more with them on how ridiculous this seemed. Like it was such a wasted ad space, it felt like. But again, I don't know Jasoo, so I don't want to offend you on Jasoo. I don't know anything about her. She might have been like actually pretty serious, but I don't know much about her. Here we are. The best Super Bowl ad ever was the one Kanye did, just a one-take video from his phone talking about how all the money went to the spot. What? I vaguely remember people talking about that. I like some of the Gaga songs. WTF does she know about Pokemon? Kanye voice. Did you learn Spanish? That's right. I'm fluent. Here's Crobat. Ooh. And here's Jasoo is from K-pop group Blackpink. What? I just know it's pink. Look at that. Team Rocket's Eradicate. Looks great. Let's see. I'm starting my own band. Purple Green. Here's Sanji. Do you think this went up in price over time? Better time to check it. Sanji time, guys. How's it going? Welcome to our Monday evening stream. If you just got here, settle in. We just started, okay? We usually run for about 3 hours. Here we are. Mister, can you say TT? I wonder if I have many girlfriends. Heh. I like the Ben Stiller one where he fell off the stage. So hold on. Okay, let me look at this. Let's see. I was talking in the morning time stream about how I was kind of offended that you had to purchase the ability to watch the Super Bowl this year. And so I didn't even watch it. Okay, this guy appears to be more expensive. He costs more for sure. All right, give me a minute. He is now $75. Wow. Since the last time we priced him. Holy moly. Hey, lots of girlfriends. Okay, let's see. Let's say 74. Boop, boop. All right. Ooh. Lady Gaga sings a song called Papa Razy. Here's Team Rocket Zapdos for 120. Now, I think this should just be regraded. It's such a nice card. Should just be regraded. Give me a minute. No reason to leave it in that poor 9.5 holder. It needs to be 10. Only thing good about the Super Bowl was Seattle won. I don't have an opinion on Seattle or the Patriots, so it didn't matter to me either way. Here it is. All right. I heard it was kind of a boring match, actually. Is that right? Nothing happened? No crazy plays? Usually I watch the Super Bowl. Some years I miss it, not all years. But I always watch the kind of like the big moments from the Super Bowl. I see that every year. Whether I like it or not, it shows up. Oh, okay. All right. Boop. Lady Gaga sings a song called Pepperoni. I fell asleep at 8:30. Did you? There it is. Wow, such a nice card. But you can see it's kind of off-center. But you know PSA is going to be more forgiving about that than BGS is. PSA allows a little off-centering on the back. All right. We've done a lot of cross-grading from BGS to PSA. The vast majority easily cross into being PSA 10s. Someone on TikTok bet their life savings that Seattle would win. We are. Let's go ahead and sneep it. Sneep. That's scary, dude. It's like going all in on red or going all in on black. Tough watch as a Patriots fan, I must say. It was a defensive-heavy game. So, in other words, there were no exciting plays. It was just people barely moving the ball up the field and some fat guys tackling the quarterback. We are? That's not exciting. Ooh. There we go. Very nice. I watched Turning Point. I saw that Turning Point had their own halftime show and that it got a couple million views. I turned it on just to see what it was about briefly, and they had like country music, and I was like, hell no, bro, I'm out of here. Still don't like country music all this time later. I don't get it. Where's my country? I like my truck. Sorry if you love country music. I'm probably offending somebody. So this is going to go off to PSA. All right. Ooh. I'm a little bit country. Well, I'm a little bit rock and roll. Botted to hell. That part might not be true. There we go. Because the Super Bowl is such a big day, everybody had their TV turned on. Here is Lieutenant Surge's Rat-a-tat. Let's see. This is going to say classic rat-tat-tat. Mall Cop was at the Super Bowl. So this is now $50. This is $10 more expensive since the last time we priced it. These classic collection cards are really fun. I mean, they just look nice. Let me show you what this looks like. So first of all, it's the classic, this is the classic Gym Heroes card. Look at Lieutenant Surge on it. And it's just so pretty. It really is. Look at that. So it's no wonder that these cards are doing so well. From $40 to $50, that's a $10 increase or like a 20% value increase over time. That's pretty good. You know, you got to think about it. Think about it. Boop, boop. So he's got his price update. Didn't the Snorlax get more expensive? I thought we already had a Snorlax up on the table. Can you check if my order has come through? Hey, we got Mr. Jonas. What's up, man? All right. Your thoughts on the halftime show, Cardconomist? Yeah, we were talking about that in the daytime stream as well, and it was a pretty controversial thing. People have a lot of different opinions on it, but it looks like maybe like half the people didn't like it and half the people did like it. And so it's definitely twanging a political nerve in people, and I think it, I don't know, I just think it's going to be remembered that way. You can read a lot of commentary about it online now. I've been reading some comments. Let's see, this is going to say Old Maid. Snorlax Old Maid. So he is in fact cheaper, not more expensive. Old Maid Snorlax goes down to $55. Here it is. Okay. I watched a old black grandma, and she was watching it on her so all these reactions are going up on the internet. So this black grandma was getting super pissed off because she couldn't understand a word of it. She's like, turn this nonsense off. So there's people who didn't like it because they couldn't understand it. And then, of course, there's people who are like, well, so there's the other way of thinking where it's sort of like, well, you should know it or something, or you should be accepting of different cultures and different languages. So there's a wide berth of competing opinions on the subject. Honestly, I in the daytime stream, I said, I feel like I think it would have been nice for him to sing maybe like one song in English even. I also mentioned that because he's Puerto Rican, it would have been interesting if, and I don't know if they care about this at all in Puerto Rico, maybe they don't, but it would be interesting to hear songs maybe in their native tongue, because I was talking about how eventually Spain comes in at some point a couple hundred years ago and just colonizes all of Latin America and forces everyone to speak Spanish. It's a European language. And so that's an interesting conversation as well. So let me refresh. I think your Discord rant was great. You said what I wanted to say, says Mr. J-Dog. Yeah, we were ranting in Discord a little bit. Silver Ranger said it was boring, in my opinion. Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that goes along with not really knowing what was going on. Maybe if you could hear the words and it made sense to you. Because it's like, I don't know, it's simple stuff. It's kind of like common sense stuff. This isn't like rocket science or anything. People just don't know what's being said. All halftime shows are ass, says Aovic. Maybe. I think sometimes they're good. Sometimes the halftime shows are really, really good. And last time it was Kendrick Lamar, and he played his catchy song. And I thought it was generally well received, even though some people didn't like it. In my opinion, could have had both English and Spanish. Yeah, and I think that probably would have gone over a little bit better. Prince was pretty good, says Mike Side. All right, that's a great idea. He should have sang something in English. Yeah, maybe just like one song, or I don't know how it all works. I'm going to have a sip here. All right. Oh, man, that's good. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. So why don't we get to talking about the breaks for the daytime stream? You guys are probably curious what we have for sale, because this is, after all, Pokemon Card Shop. We've got the pack split. Oh, baby. We just finished the Rocket pack split, and we pulled a Dark Gyarados out of there. It was so cool. Now, it was really expensive, yes, but we pulled a lot of great cards out of there. Charmander came out, Dark Dragonair came out, Dark Gyarados came out, Magikarp came out, and it just sort of reminds you that, man, vintage is king, dude. It is so good. So expensive, but so good. So here's a Sandstorm pack. It's not 11 out of 11, it's 9 out of 9. You know, if it had been 11 out of 11, it probably would also be about $45. But since there's fewer cards in the pack, each card is more expensive, so it's $67. Now, the good news about this pack split, and I like to educate people about this, these e-reader packs are valued for their reverse hollows. So the Rocket pack didn't have a reverse hollow in it, it just doesn't exist. These sets do have them. So whether this is light or whether this is a heavy pack doesn't matter. It's definitely going to have a reverse hollow in it. It could be reverse hollow Umbreon. So one of the best cards in the set. Actually makes you think we should be opening more of this. So this set has Umbreon and the other evolutions as well in here. And you can grab them as a reverse hollow, and they sell for thousands of dollars. Okay, so it's actually a really great set to be opening right now. Sandstorm. It's an Umbreon set. Doesn't look like it is, but it is. Actually, do I have the Umbreon? I'll show you real fast. Give me a second. See, this is what I'm going to miss if I send all my cards, all of them, to PSA. Here it is. I still have some of my cards with me, but not all of them. Do you have OP14? I don't! I just told the guy who was supposed to supply me with OP14 to give me an immediate refund. He has screwed me over. He kept telling me he's about to ship it, and he just hasn't, so he has to refund me. And I've just purchased a fresh case with a different seller, and I had to pay $600 more for the case because the price of the case went up over time. So I got F'd in the A, dude. I get so tired of this, man. I get so tired of guys doing this kind of stuff. It's like I gave them a free loan, and they don't have to ship the product. It's so stupid. So here it is. Check out this covetous Umbreon Sandstorm. This is a very desirable artwork. Pop 25. Number 26 could be in there right now. We don't know yet. It's not likely, but it's actually possible, right? Because there's going to be some kind of reverse hollow in there. And if you're lucky, it grades 10. So there it is, Sandstorm Umbreon. One of the Umbreons you don't think about. In Japanese, I think this would have come out of Team Magma versus Team Aqua. I'm not sure. But it doesn't come out of the Sandstorm set in Japanese. And there's no holographic version of this in English, just the reverse hollow version. So this is super, super desirable. In fact, I bought mine for $800, and I think there was a recent last sold. Let me go look at it. Umbreon Sandstorm. All right, so there is a non-hollow Umbreon Sandstorm for $800 now. But if we go to sold items... Okay, you're not going to believe this. Check this crazy shit out right here. Watch this, guys. Last sold $5,000. Wow, that's crazy, bro. $5,000. So you could pull that out of here as a reverse holo. It's very possible. It's guaranteed going to have a reverse holo. I think it's a great set. I'm just going to write down it last sold for 5K on the back. 5K. It sold what? On 1/26. Check out this data, actually. So I purchased it in 2025 for $800. In 2026, it's $5,000. So 1 year later, gold goes up 50%, silver goes up 50%, or maybe more than that. But look at this Pokemon card, times 5. I can't think of a better use of your money. That's crazy. So, but this guy hasn't changed it in price much over a year. These Sandstorm packs are actually pretty close to what we normally sell them for. Like, they might have been like 65 last time, but he comes out of here, and a lot of people just don't understand that or appreciate it. So consider that pack split. That's my spiel on the pack split. So now you got that. You've got the spiel. That's my job, is to let you know where's the money flowing, what's your odds, what's worth it. By the way, if you're a new guy looking to place an order, here's our first time order bonus. We got Oshawa. He's very cute. Let me add another card to it for first time buyers. Let's see. Damn, okay, it's still listed on the site, just FYI. Oh, you mean Japanese OP14. I think I do have that. I'm sorry. I thought you meant the English one that just launched last month. So if you're just looking for Japanese, I'm pretty sure we have it. Yeah, you're good to go now. Okay, so give me a second here. Doopy, 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 doopy. I like this music playing. How about? How about? I'm gonna give you a Del Caddy. Candy, he probably can't see your messages again. Oh man, why are they hiding you, Miss Candy? I don't know why they're hiding you. That's not good. She says it went off. What did I get? When did Rocket Pack go off? I want to see what I got. Yes, the Rocket Pack went off in the morning stream. Oh, you know, I don't think I created a breaks history link for that because I didn't think about it, because it doesn't behave like a usual break. English is still listed on the site. English OP14. Here we are. Like the Azure Seas, is that the one, or whatever it's called? There we are. Just don't want to make another mistake with purchasing. All right, 2 cards to a first-time buyer. And Miss Candy, if you'd like to see what you got, let's grab your baggie. Miss Candy, here we go, Miss Candy. You pulled Machop. Oh, man, he's about to do a cross-chop buns on you. Look at that guy. He's got his hand raised. All right. Very nice. That's Machop. Very, very cool. And now we have the next pack split. Now, he said on the website, Miss Tammy says, I got it. Thank you, Tammy. Now, you mean the website, or you mean the, she probably means updating the Breaks channel. Let me go over to products. I'm pretty sure OP14 is the one I don't have yet. We added Royal Blood. OP14. English 1P OP. Oh, you know what? In the description for Royal Blood, I wonder if I wrote the wrong thing down. Let me edit this. Oh, no, you might be actually working on it. Okay, no problem. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we have the Japanese OP14, but not the English one. But the English one's on the way. You wrote the wrong one. Did I actually? That sounds like something I might do. Okay, we're going to jump over here to a website. How's it going, everybody? Mr. Jonas, I just got your order. I just got Nicholas Pacheco's order, too. Hey, what's up, Nicholas Pacheco? He says, 1 Super Mario 2025, tops Naruto, 1 Japanese Pokemon White Flare, and after that, it's Jonas's turn. Okay, you got it, man. Let's get started, everybody. Hey, how's it going, guys? Got some fresh cards up on the table there for you. Tops Naruto. Naruto. Mom, I want Naruto. Here's Naruto. And White Flare Japanese. Where are we hiding that? We have Munich Zero. If you've never opened that, that's the latest Pokemon card set. Give it a try. Munich Zero. It's in the menu now. That is the latest Pokemon card set. Let's take a look. It looks like this. Ooh. Okay. Very nice. Lots of sets to remember. Oh. Oops, set that over there. All tiles are accurate. Description may be a little wonky because mistakes could happen there. Ah, okay. So maybe when I first created the product, I put in OP14. Then I realized it was OP10. There we go. Might want to pan the website. Panhandle? Put it in a pan? Out of the pan, into the fire? There goes Nicholas Pacheco. You ready? Ooh, these Mario Panini cards are really nice, actually. Did you know that? Oh my gosh, look at that Luigi. Pin the website. Oh, pan the website. You got it, baby. Let me go grab that website. Hold on. Well, I wish my own audience could do that. I bet you guys would do that for fun. Pinning the website. Who doesn't want to pan the website? Let me go ahead and hit pin. All right. So, here's Luigi. Mamma mia, Luigi. Whoa. Ouija time. Holy, bro. Here's some of these, some of those. Wow, these all look pretty gradable, don't they? Isn't that what's interesting about these sets? Look at this. Wow. On Twitch, mods can. Why not, YouTube? Yeah, what the hell, YouTube? Freaking YouTube. I don't know about YouTube anymore, Tammy. I'm going over to Twitch. Here's Blue Yoshi. Okay. Spiny. Are they worth anything? What, these cards? Yeah, they're worth something. If they grade 10, they could be worth like $100. But you got to get them to grade 10. But they do grade 10. So that's why they're on our menu, because they're good. All right, and now we've got Pokemon Whites. Ooh, we're pulling Bouffalant, Boofy. There we go. And now Naruto. How about this Naruto? Ready? Oh. Wow, look at that. Chidori versus Rasengan. Ooh, out of 5? Woo! All right. Look at that. Out of 5. Man, we got to pull a 1 of 1, guys. We got to do it. Someday we'll get a 1 of 1. That's a 1 out of 5, everybody. Chidori versus Rasengan. Very cool. Yeah, very cool. All right. Let's go ahead and slide this in here. Let's go. Out of 5. Nice. Yeah, that's out of 5. We're going to have to put this guy in here so he can show it off. And that might be a clip, man. What do you guys think? You think that's a clip? I think that's a clip. Here, let's go. Let's open the rest of the pack, see if anything else happens. Asuma. So look, the standard commons are just non-hollows. Here's Hinata. Here's Jirai. Here's Bushy Brow. Here's Anko Mitarashi. And Hidden Leaf Village. All right. Is that a big chip on the bottom? I actually can't tell. It looks like it's... What's weird, because it kind of goes around the border of the card a bit, so it's hard to tell. Looks like on the back it is off center either way. So I would not anticipate a 10 on this card, but that might not... That hollow at the bottom might not belong there. There we go. You know how it is with these Topps cards. Sometimes they're not perfectly printed, huh? You could ask for an authentic on the grade. So instead of grading it with the number, just go for authentic. I don't know how to do that with PSA. I've never actually successfully done that before, but you know, if you ever like a card, you don't want a number grade, go for A for authentic. We can actually do that. Cardconomist grading can do that. We can give you an A for authentic. Did you know that? But we don't offer grading right now, I guess. Maybe I should. Those are so cool, but the quality of these don't seem to be great so far. All right, so let me go ahead and set this into... Let's see. Well, you know, that could be a very lucky thing then, because imagine you open a pack and something does grade 10 out of it. That's going to make it so much more valuable. Let's see. Stream clips. We had a really lucky stream in the morning, if you guys weren't there. Out of 5. Cool Naruto card. Nicholas Pacheco. This happened 45 minutes in. How's it already 45 minutes? Oh my God. The time's going by too fast. I just want to have some good fun. How can it be like 45 minutes in? I feel like 2 seconds have passed. That's crazy. All right, Mr. Nicholas, you do have a fat bag. Look at that. Pop these guys in here. They're too busy doing crowns and changing wrenches to shields. You know, things we don't need. Yeah, we are. YouTube's been good to me, you know. That's where we built up our audience. We sold all these cards on YouTube over time. YouTube's been good to me, so they get away with whatever they want for now. Thank heavens I'm not forced to sell on whatnot. All right, what's this? We've got Oleana. Ooh, she's got a BDSM outfit under on. What's under her outfit? Look at this: the collar, the bead, the jewel, the thing that goes between her titties. I mean, come on, dude. What's this outfit she's wearing? What kind of outfit is that? That doesn't look like a regular outfit. All right, here's Tears of the Planet. Here's Slowpoke. Here's Pseudo Wudo. And Ralts, who needs a reprice. We're going to reprice that Ralts. All right, let's see what's going on now. I'm going to close this out. We have Mr. Jonas. Hey, what's up, Jonas? He would like a Dragon Ball Manga Booster SB1. A Fortnite Series 1. A Japanese Ancient Roar. Ooh. I'll have your finest red. There we go. Ancient Roar. Kuromi Cryptid Carnival. That's somewhere over here, I think. Hey, what's up, JM Live? How's it going, man? Now, you also need Korean Matchless Fighters. Okay. Let's see. What's today? It's Monday? Aha! Ooh. So that's Matchless Fighter, and this is an empty bag. We have to refill it now. Those are the rules. So I'm going to go get some Korean Matchless Fighters, everybody. JM equals Jonas Gordon. Hey, what's up, man? Bum, 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 bum. What else do you need? You need a Cardos Disney 100 Wonder. Cardos Disney 100. That's a cool set. Big fan of that, actually. We just put some of those into the... where is it? That's Pixar. Oh, here it is. Okay. Bag getting kind of thin. And a 2025 Topps Chrome Star Wars. Aha. We need a fresh box of this as well. So Star Wars and the... Hold on, let me get all these empty packs out of here. I've been saving up these empty packs. I usually put them into like an ETB box. I'm just going to put them in a bag for the moment. Do I have more? I get all these empty packs and I just kind of save them up. I don't really know what I'm going to do with them. One day I might sell them all. I have a lot more than you know of these empty packs. And here we are. Maybe somebody who's doing a project with these will want them. Did shipping go out late last week? Yes, sir. It went out late last week. Alexis did not get 100% of the packages, but she's coming in tonight, okay? She's coming in tonight to get it all done. We are all right. Ow, my ankle. All right, so I see this, but where did I put the rest of that Star Wars? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Dude, I like twisted my ankle earlier today. Hurts like a mother effer, dude. Just reseal and sell on live stream as a mystery card. 1 of 10 would be fun, actually. Reseal what? Here we are. Oh, the empty packs. That'd be interesting. There we go. Boop. Now, this goes back in. We're just setting this up for next time so that next time we're opening some of these packs, I don't got to stand up. So might as well get it done now. And then also the Star Wars. So Star Wars is a fresh box now. Haha, Star Wars 2025. Where'd my scissors go? I'll just send you all the empty packs. You can do something cool with them. What do you do with empty packs, I wonder? There we are. Maybe you put them into like a picture frame. There we go. All right. Lovely. I just put on a wall. Yeah, I figure that's what people do with them. Kind of like empty booster boxes. The main thing to do with those is to make a display out of them. With acrylic transparent. There we go. You know, maybe I could just make those picture frames and sell them myself. So that's like that could be like an art project for me. I go and get like some nice plastic holders with like a closing mechanism, set them in there all nice and just clamp it shut, and you can hang it up on your wall. That'd be cool. All right, so there we go. Top Star Wars is restocked, and you're ready to open your order. Check out this order, guys. Isn't this cool? This shows you the broad variety of cards we have in stock. All kinds of cool stuff you can open. It's just really cool. Most recently, we added OP10 English Royal Bloodline to our vast menu of cards. Where'd my scissors go? Here they are. Nihil Zero was also added. So that is the new Pokemon set. All right, snipping it up. Snipping this. Snipping a little bit of that. Thanks for the order, Mr. Jonas. Really appreciate it. There we are. So we're in kind of the second week of February, huh? How's your lives going in the second week of February? I went to St. Louis over the weekend. That's why there was no Saturday stream. Oh, Galarian Slowking. All right. Here's Snow White. Very cool. And Donald Duck. Hey, that's the one we just put it in the binder break. We put a bunch of these Cardos cards in the binder break. Look at that. Cool. Okay. Here's Star Wars Galaxy. What do we got? We got Bounty Hunters, I suppose. General Grievous. That's really cool. Ooh, that's going to be numbered. And a refractor of the Wampa. The Wampa. Ooh, I can't play this. Gotta skip that one. That'll get us copyrighted. All right. We jumped over to Donkey Kong, so this is Donkey Kong now. That was Beck that was playing. You guys like Beck? He's a pretty decent artist. Here's Kylo Ren. Out of 175. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Make this sit flat. Let me skip to the next song. Tropical Volcano. Donkey Kong Country 3. Turn on something nice. All right. So there we go. We've got it numbered out of 175. Kylo Ren, one of the worst bad guys ever. You know, I feel like when you make an epic TV show or movie, you got to have a really good bad guy, or else the hero has nothing to challenge him, you know? And this guy was like, he was like an emo teen or something. I don't know. There we go. Here's Ancient Roar. Ooh, handing out a Crustle. Very cute. Here's Cryptid Carnival, handing out Trade costumes. Oh, very nice. He was blank. Yeah. He just seemed kind of like, I don't know, he seemed kind of, he didn't seem evil, you know, and you saw him, you're like, this guy's going to flip. Was this the banana? Hold on, wait. Ah, it's not the banana. All right, too bad. Here's this guy, though. Okay, he's looking creepy. Here's this guy. He's got a bunch of buns, and here's this guy. Cool. Yeah, something like that, fanboy. All right. Okay, he was a little sensitive, let's say. Now, ooh, look at that Awaken card. Wow, that's great looking. Okay, very nice. Something was going on with him. We are. All right. Majin Buu. And what is this? Majin Buu, but twice. Speaking of Femboy, did you guys hear about that medical case that's been in the news recently? It was a lawsuit. And it was a girl who was diagnosed with autism. And she was diagnosed with like anxiety and a couple other things. I don't remember. But it was definitely autism. And her therapist recommended that she transition into being a boy. And that therapist sent her off to a doctor who just kind of briefly looked her over and said, all right, you're okay to be turned into a boy. And so she went through surgical transitioning into being a boy. And then she hits like 20 years old or something like that. This happens when she's 15, by the way. So she's 20 years old and realizes, oops, all that was a huge mistake, detransitions. And then she sued the doctor and the therapist. Now, the reason this made the news is because she won. She actually won her case. And her case, of course, is that she argued that she was too young to make that decision, you know, and that the doctors didn't inform her how bad it would be doing all these things to her body, because apparently it was pretty bad. So she was awarded $2 million for that. Wow, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So that was really interesting. I was learning about that. What do you guys think about that? Here's Mr. Jonas Gordon. All right, Jonas. This is a really interesting subject, because the next thing I learned is that there's actually a lot more of these lawsuits in the pipes. Did you know this? And it sets a precedent for other young kids who were kind of pushed to transition by their parents or their counselors when they were only like 15. If they all changed their mind when they got older, they're going to get to sue now. And they might actually win a lot of those lawsuits. So it's very, very, very interesting. All right, so this is for Rolfs. You know, I said this was going to happen too. This is what my theory was wait till they get older and then they start suing for this stuff. Does 021? That was my theory back then, and it appears to be happening. Irreversible hair growth, yikes. Yeah, like balding, that kind of stuff happens. Irreversible changes to your voice, your boobs are gone. Wow, this is actually more expensive than it was. This is now $48. So this has gone up in price. That's McDonald's Ralts. I'll leave ours at $44. So this one has not come down. This one has gone up to $48. I'll leave ours at $44. So that's a deal. Ours is cheaper than the rest of the internet. Cool. Let's see. Sad they did not understand to protect these kids as parents. Yeah, it's a really interesting subject to observe. I'm not involved in any of it, so it's very easy for me to just kind of sit back and watch it all. But it's like, I could have predicted that this would be a really serious risk. Of course, this was going to be a risk for the medical community to be doing this stuff, because it's such an easy lawsuit later. If you think about it, you could be like, how could I consent to have my boobs chopped off? I was 15. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, man, if I was a lawyer, I'd be waiting for that. I'd be like, all right, come back when you're 20 and let me know how much you want. Riley Kretowicz, 4 Gundams, please. All right, let's go get those Gundams. It seems like a dangerous and easy to afford kind of lawsuit. Dangerous thing for the doctors, that is. So Gundam, where am I storing Gundam now? And what is this music? Let me change this music. 4 Gundams. Skip. Mega Man Battle Network. Ooh, there's a box of that Dragon Ball Z. There's Scarlet Violet. There's a box of EB1. You know, I was intending not to have all this stuff over here, and I have a surprising amount over it here anyways. How does it even happen? Just all of a sudden, I just have a ton of stuff over here, you know? That's Union Arena. I'm looking for it right now, okay? I'm looking for it. I don't think I'm storing it in here. So here's my suspicion is it's either in one of these baggies on the shelf or I have run out of it and I need more. I guess what I'll do... Oh, is this it? I found it. I found it. I found it. All right, cool, man. We did put it into a baggie. 4 of them. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. As a parent, it's not your responsibility to be your kid's best friend. It's your duty to help and protect them as far as you can until they make decisions themselves. Here we are. Yeah. Some people are lucky. They have really good parents. Some people get bad parents, which I might be a little familiar with. It's like one of your biggest advantages in life as a kid. Just having smart parents, you know. All right, here we go. Riley Kredowicz, Mr. Riley. But I think that lawsuit is going to change things because it will no longer be such a great incentive, financial incentive, to offer those services if you're just going to be sued every time they get older and change their mind. They're like, hey, wait a second. Why did I make that stupid decision when I was 15? Now I'm an adult, and I wish I could just have my old body back, you know what I mean? And I think that's going to be huge. I think it's such an easy loophole for lawsuits. You could have easily seen this coming. Okay, packet number 2. We're looking for some star cards. Or I think they're plus. They're not stars in this set, they're plus. Gundam. Should I get the latest Gundam sets, you guys think? I mean, the Gundam sets didn't sell too bad. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's LR. Check that out. Wow, that's cool. Whoa. Mr. Never reads my milestone message. Now, wait a second, guys. We've got a milestone message, and it means the world to me. Let me read it. I'm new here. We're the free ones. What? You're not new. You're messing with me. Here's Mr. Riley with an R.I. Riley, R.I. People like that make life more difficult for people that actually live with gender dysphoria and want to transition. What a shame. Here's Riley. Okay, let's see. Richard Campos. Ugh. Okay. Here's Ryan. Here's Riley. Man, this music's getting me jazzed up. This is some Metal Man music. The man made out of metal. Gundam model kits or cards? Look at that cute little slowpoke. He's so adorable. Oh my God. He's so cute. We're going to take a picture of him now. So these shall be moved off to our Discord server at this point. You have a chance to buy them, and then that chance goes away. Click. All right, so there we go. Yes, we picture our cards. Mr. and I have a history about transitioning, and I sure did not order it. What? So this is Oleana with an O. Tears of the Planet, Cloud. No, this is Zach on it. So this is the Z box. SSR. So this one goes in the M box. And these 4 will go into the Z box. Some cute cards there, guys. Beautiful. All right. Yes. I see. I see now. Now I see. Here's a cold one. Here's a cold one. Here's a cold one. And let's hit refresh on the website. We're just checking the queues to see what's going on here. All right, so there's no orders in the queue. If you want some action, send an order in. Otherwise, I can get to work on doing my stuff. Here's Manganami. She's 3 out of 32. She's got a long way to go. Here's the Mega Nato King. He's 3 out of 10. $400 to buy in there directly. Here is the Heartbreak Mew, 5 out of 17. It's got a ways to go. Here's the Psyduck, 5 out of 25. Here's an interesting one, the Lightning Break. It's Pikachu, 2 out of 5. And the trade slab. So here is a nice, cute little Squirtle. It is 1 in 5, $5 a spot. You can just trade some of your junk cards to get in here, okay, if you'd like to finish that off. All right, so for a moment, let's work on Mr. Brett Love. Mr. Brett, we need to pick out his last card that we're sending off to grade. So we already got, I think, up to 9 done. Let's get the last one. He's got a little Victini, a little Charmander Charmeleon. Oh. 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 Some of these are really cute. Okay, we're looking for something for him to grade. Can you trade some of my junk cards for the trade slab? Heck yeah, dude. We can do that. Let me just get this done first. We need to pick one solid card for him. We want it to be good. Ethan's Typhlosion's good. I like that one. Oh, wait. Have we already been in this bag? I feel like we might have already been in here. Yes, we've been in this bag before. There we go. Let's see. Okay, I very pickily decided Typhlosion might turn into a 9. I thought I was Wolverine as a kid, but my folks were going to implant metal into my bones. Well, I guess they should have. Then you would have been Wolverine. That's how it works. You could have been Wolverine, bro. Think about that. Let that sink in. Okay, I feel like actually we've seen a lot of the cards in this box. Kid got deprived of being Wolverine. You're in the wrong body this whole time. There we go. All right. Whew. Got to reach really far for these. You want to look for those 2 spots using my bag. Well, I believe Mr. Team Rocket Grunt asked first, so he is going to get that first. Ooh, that's nice. The Aerith. Ooh, we got a SpongeBob, huh? That's fun. I like the SpongeBob. SpongeBob gets my vote. Let's take a quick look at him. We might be sending off this SpongeBobadoo. I went to PokeCon in St. Louis. Did you guys watch the short of that? It was insanity. You couldn't walk. It was so bad. No, we're not sending this. Sorry. Back you go. Back into your holder. All right. How much does he want for the Typhlosion? 5 bazillions. Put this over here. How about this baggie? Ooh, this is looking really cool. That says 325. Whoa, Brett's been with us for a while, man. Oh my hoochie mama. Holy, bro. Oh, my God. Okay, those are all reverse. These need to be turned around so we can actually see what they are. There we go. Leia, Luke, this cool thing. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. My vote goes to the sexy hoochie mama right here. She's even got my colors. Look at that. Black and red. Whew. My skin's crawling. Let's see. She's looking good. Actually, the card's actually looking good. It might be a 10. What? A card might actually be a 10. Oh, my gosh. All right. Darth Boobies. Darth Talon, I mean. That card might actually be a 10. I was looking closely at it, real close. But before we do that, let's just check this bag real fast. Make sure we're not missing something else. Scoobity-pee-pa-ba-doobity-shun. Turtwig, Leafeon, Thievul, Rayquaza. These Rayquazas are always good. Here's a little Kirikasta, Larvesta. Nothing super exciting. You know, he's got all those... Oh, Ivysaur is kind of cool. No, he's thin on the right. Here's a Mega Kangaskhan Altart. We better take a look into that. Ooh, a Lilius. No, that only goes for like 85. We know that. Here's another Blastoise. Here's another, not Blastoise, Bulbasaur. Wrong words coming out of my mouth. So we got to take a look at this Mega Kangaskhan. Took your advice and decided to sell the Meowth and Pikachu myself. Auction's going pretty steep. Sounds good. All right, so we'll put this here, and we'll go in here, and we're going here. All right, let's see what this is. Man, he's too off center. Look at him. He's too off center. That's such a pity. Darth Talon wins. All right. If only we could, like, repair the card to be well centered. All right, that's Mr. Brett. Mr. Brett. He's got a lot of stuff, obviously, but we are sending off one more card to grade, and this should be his 10th one. Has LaFlame the Legend been around? He pops in. He says hi quite often. He hasn't bought as much as he used to. As you recall, he used to be like a daily buyer, but he kind of took a pause. I think a lot of people take a pause eventually. Let's put this down as Brett Love. Okay. He probably pausing for sure right now with the crypto being down a little bit. There we go. He's a crypto guy. And let's see. We'll grab this. Okay. Unfortunately, he sold his he sold his OP5 manga Luffy, and then the card kind of got a lot more valuable right after he did. I was like, damn, dude. I wish I could have delayed him doing that so he didn't get it done. But I didn't know that. And I wouldn't have delayed it. I would have just done whatever he told me. Still, it makes me sad. Let's see. We just wait a little longer. It would have been nice. Here's Brett Love. Luckily, he's still got that signature to sell. I think that's going to go for a good like 5K. And part of that is because it was being repaired by PSA. And it took a long time to repair. It took a real long time. Not repair, I'm sorry, cross grade. So let's take a look at what we're sending in for Mr. Brett. We've got Tyranitar, Sylveon, Drapion, Charizard, Deontay, Regigigas, Radiant Zard, Rayquaza, Golden Mew, and Talon. Very good. Is there like hair here? Where's this hair coming from? That's not my hair. All right. Must be Karis's hair. There we go. So there's all his stuff. I'll put it back in here. Good. Did you guys see Miss Quip's drawings? We got Quip's these are for sale now. Quip's Espeon is now for sale, and there is a second drawing. Now, I could also turn these into a break if you guys are interested in having them hosted as a break. But there it is. We got Quip's Haunter, and there's Quip's new drawing. Her little Espeon is very cute. It's on a little bed of grass. And so she spends a pretty good chunk of time drawing these, and I just got them encapsulated for her. There was a third card encapsulated for Miss Sarah Dusenberry, and it is, in fact, a Cardconomist hand-drawn Charizard. Look at that Charizard. Wow. Sarah Dusenberry. Oh, I should actually do a second sleeve on this, shouldn't I? Shouldn't be in a single sleeve. Let's see. Did you get any hate in the comments from your prediction video? Oh, I don't think I did. I wasn't expecting any hate. No, I didn't really get any hate for that. It's too, it was too broad. I wasn't like calling like, oh, you need to buy exactly this product and it'll go up. I wouldn't do anything like that. There we go. Miss Sarah Dusenberry. Ooh, yeah. So she had already bought that one, and these two are still for sale. Lovely. Okay. Now, yeah, actually, one of the things I'm kind of interested in doing, and I don't know if any of you guys are maybe also interested in this, one of the things I'm interested in doing is hiring an artist to draw more cards like that for me to encapsulate. So you and I would have to split what it's worth, but I'm kind of interested in that. Are you guys interested in that? Let's see about this real fast. Tossing this. So, grab this. Here's some of these. Some of these. All right. All right. like art cards, really awesome vid you have there. Really awesome idea you have there. I'm sorry, misread that. You like the art cards? We have sold every single Quip drawing for $100, and I'm all out of them. And then we just encapsulated these two, but they're going to be a little more expensive. They're going to be $150 this time. Think of it like this. The encapsulation's $40. You're paying $110 for the drawing itself. Here's Shuppet. Ooh. Here's Skamari. Ooh. Here's Dr. Ock, Evil Inventor. Here's Sleep. Here's I Love Video Games. And here is Lycanroc. Oh, Master Ball Lycanroc. Cool. It's more personal. Yeah, and she's been drawing cards for a little while now, so it's kind of cool because there's kind of like a series of Quip drawings out there. So we got Quip's Haunter, Quip's Espeon. There's a lot of Quip Umbreons out there. There's a couple Quip Umbreons. Yeah, and if you would like to hire her on commission to draw a card, I'll let her know if you want something drawn. It is. So you guys are welcome to contact me over that. Somebody asked about that in the daytime stream. So this is the binder break, by the way. I'm starting to fill it up with stuff as we do. Oh, cool. So there's a Japanese one of these. And an English one. That's cool. All right. So there's Lantern, Tyranitar. He's really nice. Here are some vintage tops, little Pikachu, Brugsish. What are the good cards? We just added this Poliwrath. We're tossing all kinds of crap in here right now. And then these poker cards are the good cards right now. But actually, at the very back, we got this stamped Reshiram, Vincent, and Tornadus. So there you go. Remember, the way this works, when you feel that it's worth it to jump in, that's when you should jump in. And it's kind of like a first-come, first-served kind of break. Because let me tell you something. When this starts to feel too valuable, a whole bunch of people will jump into it very rapidly. And you'll miss it. So if you're worried you'll miss this particular break, if there's something in there you think is real good, you can jump in before you feel like you're going to miss out on it. I'm going to send in some cards for encapsulation. Darth Maul fighting Yoga. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Yeah, if you can think of something cool you'd like her to draw, I could ask her to do it. Did you say the Sandstorm break was $40? No, the beautiful Sandstorm break is a whopping $67, and it's well worth it. Also, 6.7. All right, now let's grab some more slabs and price them up. Do you have a stack of file cards laying around? File cards? I think you meant to say something else. Something's missing in that sentence. So what do we got here? We got this beautiful Snorlax. He is correctly priced at $250. Okay. Palpatine saying I'm weak in 3D movies with comment text. Here's Zapdos 9.5 for just $45. That's nuts. When did that price come out? So he's getting cracked and regraded. I'll do that right now. So we got Mr. Brett Love's grade done. Oh, right. You guys were going to have me finish that trade break. I remember now. These are so easy to open. It's actually the fact that the slab is so thick and strong that it's really easy to open. All right, let's stop it there. There we go. Ooh. So this card got a 9.5 with Beckett. We're going to send that into PSA, and it's probably going to be an easy 10. Because Beckett is kind of rough. Lost a lot of money sending cards off to Beckett. But then again, when those black labels hit, you make so much money on those black labels. It's just tons of money. And black labels continue to sell for a huge amount. Somebody buys them. I actually have a Super Mario 64 soundtrack cassette. Nice, dude. I don't know what this music is from. Did you say they upcharge you if you get a black label? They can upcharge you for, what do they call those? The little for subgrades? Because you can choose a grading option with no subgrades. And then if you are entitled to this upgrades, they give them to you, but they upcharge you for that. All right, what the hell am I listening to? This is not Slider. Nah, dude, get me out of here. Messing with me. Team Rocket Grunt, you still want those last spots on the break? Let's go see if we can do that for you. It depends on what card you got, okay? The trade break, everybody, might be going off right now. All right, so you need about $10 worth of cards to trade in. You got some hollows here. You got Flying Pikachu. You got some more hollows. Vikavolt V. Now, this is kind of a hit. Surfing Pikachu. Flying. You got some of these. This guy's clearly not going to grade 10. You got Lugia as a hit. You got these hollows. Mega Heracross. You got this poker card that I really don't need. And you got more hollows. All right, that's what you got here. Would you accept this trade? Actually, almost seems like a bad trade for me. I don't know if I'd buy that for $10. Let me see if you got one more item. You don't have one more thing. Wait a second. Maybe behind the Mega Heracross. Aha! Like 2 more hollows. That's really not much of a change. Well, never mind. Thank you anyways. There's a bootleg cassette. I'll do subgrades, so we will see what I get. So is he still here? Is Mr. Just get enough for 1 spot? Oh, perfect. Because I was about to say that's about enough for 1 spot. I don't know. Let me look at these. Okay? Give me a second here. See, like that's instantly off center. You can see it right up here. See that corner? See that corner? Thin on the top. It's tricky, isn't it? Because these hollows, when they can grade well, they're good. And when they grade bad, they're worthless. They're just hollows to get rid of, aren't they? So they're actually kind of tricky to value. Some of those hollows actually go for a lot in a 10. That's what I was saying. So I was going to say, if they actually grade 10, they're good. But if they grade 9, they're totally valueless. Nobody needs them. There's like a million of them. Tell me what you would do. Do you want to make an offer? What would you do for 1 spot in there? Here's the Vikavolt. I don't know what feels like $5 to you. Here's Ursaring. I finished doing this with CS-Min the other day, and I got totally burned on it. We are. It's not always the case that I do well in the trade. I can do quite poor, actually. Yeah, take that V and those hollows. Take the V and the hollows. So what if I took this right here, and you kept this here, and we call it a day, 1 spot? What do you think? And then who was the other guy who wanted it? Edward Cornelio? All right. Do I have a trade loot bag? I'm supposed to have a trade loot bag. All right, we'll take that. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe one of the cards is good. If they're all bad, then you got lucky. It's kind of how it goes. All right. Got some cards here. All right. Now, well, that gives you one of these. So what is he doing here, guys? He is trading for a spot in the TRG, in the trade slab. It's a cute little vintage Squirtle. It's a nice way to try to turn some of your raw cards into something that's already been graded. Now, that's 4 out of 5. What can you win in the trade break? This Squirtle right here. All right. Mr. Edward Cornelio would also like to trade in toward it. Mr. Edward. Here we are. We got an Edward bag here. So, Edward, what would you like to send in? You got a lot of stuff. He won this trade break. Look at this, guys. So this is tricky because I don't know how much of this I'd take back or what. Hey, what's up, Mr. Edward? You got a lot of stuff. We're trying to give you a spot in the break because you said you were interested. And if we just get one more person, it's done. Here's a little Edward B. Cornelio bag back here. A little bit of Metazoo. Got to be about $5 worth of something. We'll probably combine these 2 bags. Let's see. The EX cards can go if you're not an EX card fan. EX card. I don't really think that there's any value at all to the Korean hollows. There's going to be a bazillion of them. Okay, here's like some Halloween-y stuff. Here's Toxtricity. I don't know if I can just get hollows out of here. What can I win with the trade break? What are you willing to give up to get into that break? Anything? Here's Slay King. Here is Chinese Clefable. Interesting. Here's a funny looking Mimikyu. Mister, take all the Korean. So I'll just move them out, but I'm not valuing them at anything, okay? Just letting you know that. If it was a Korean hit card, now you're talking, but not the Korean, you know what I mean? Not the Korean leftover cards. They're just not going to get graded. I don't know. They could be used like stuffing, but that's what we're kind of removing is the stuffing. He's kind of okay. He's a decent hollow. You better keep the Bulbasaur. Here's Koraidon. Here's Zapdos. Here's like a Tornadus. I know you love Tornadus. How about that? How does that look? All right, so we shrunk this bag down. We took some hollows out. We took a couple EXs. So that's one baggie now. That's the thing about Korean. They look good, but rarely hold value unless it's a big hit. Well, I mean, like, they get so cheap that there's no point in encapsulating them. That looks good. All right, so you just gave up some of the junk in those 3 bags, which we then combined into 2 bags. So you have 2 bags, not 3. Tossing this way. Let me go ahead and grab this now. I'm going to start putting this right into the new binder break. All right. Can you combine my bags? I combined 2 of them down, or 3 of them down into 2 of them. All right, so here you go. Edward's jumping in, and this is going off. And then we can pick a new trade slab. It's so nice. We'll see if there's something on the table that we can give up. Ready, guys? So cute little vintage squirrel. He's not a big deal, but he's, you know, he's got value. And imagine you pull him in exchange for what? A couple hollows that didn't have much value anyways. That's cool, right? Remove the kimchi and go for the Korean barbecue. What? Wait. Oh, no. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's too many people in here. Edward, you were the last one in. I'm so sorry, man. I got you all hyped for that. If you wish, we can save this chunk of hollows and put you in the next one. Let's see. You were, this, I think. Were you? Actually, I can't remember now. All right. Dang, I'm out. Yeah, I know. We'll pick another break, and you might be interested in taking a spot in there because you've already sorted this much out. All right, so we should have counted that first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. There are the names. Let me shuffle them back here. Okay. Have you sent any more Pokemon cards to NGC? Oh, man, you're like reminding me of more work I need to do. Let me see what the next one is. Yeah, we'll try to pick a cute little thing for the next one, okay? We always do. It's always some cute little thing, isn't it? Oh, all right. Give me a number. Whew. How's life going, Mr. Russ? How are things with you? 3? You got it. A win. A 2. A 3. And now we flip this one over. Miss Sarah! Sarah Dusenberry's going to pull it. How did she get in there in the first place? I can't remember. I think she donated a bunch of hollows to me, and I said, all right, you can have a spot in here no matter what. There it is, Sarah Dusenberry. She steals it. It's all hers. Now, the next one. What's the next trade break? Could be this guy. Could be Raticate. Let's grab a chunk of these real fast. It always goes to Sarah. No, it doesn't. She's usually not in the trade break. Ooh, this is kind of cool. There's a vintage Slowpoke. SpongeBob, Skitty 7. Depends on what you're really interested in. Some of the stuff is more cool than the others. Like Pikachu is pretty solid, no? Here's a Pikachu. He's $25. That makes him a 1 in 25. All right. Mr. Say, can you start saying not soup for you for to the next person who is annoying? No soup for you. Is that a saying for you? I don't think they grade the plastic ones, just the metal type I got from you. I'm doing okay, really good, actually, considering I'm watching the stream. It's so relaxing and stuff after work to watch. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So we got this lovely Pikachu holographic from 2023. It only graded 9, but it is graded. You know, grading has sort of like a default value to it. No matter what, you had to spend like over 20 bucks to get a card encapsulated. So it has that value baked in. And of course, he's a cute little Pikachu. So if you'd like in there, let me know, Mr. Edward. The last card was like a Squirtle 4. So this isn't like a huge, improvement, but it's also not a downgrade either. No soup for you. That's from Seinfeld. Man, I watched Seinfeld like one time. Actually, I watched Seinfeld when I was a kid, and I never understood the jokes because I was so young. And then I got older, and I rewatched it. I was like, oh, this is pretty good. But it did have moments where it felt kind of repetitive. Put me in, coach. All right, you're in. Edward Cornelius in. Anyone else who wants to trade into the Pikachu slab, let me know. All right, we'll toss this back over here. Jerry Seinfeld. There we go. That one guy, Kramer, he was embroiled in the controversy, wasn't he? Like dropping the N-word or something like that. And then Seinfeld, he had like a whatever, like 17 or 18-year-old girlfriend or something when he was like 40, some crazy thing like that, which I guess is not illegal, but still, it's like, damn, dude. It truly is, man. When you're not on after work, it really is like man, watch a lot of coin videos if you're not on. Oh, cool, man. Here we go. You want to see a pretty coin? I wish I could offer a coin break, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's a real problem with it, but it just feels weird, you know? Like, it feels like when I offer a break with Pokemon cards, it feels natural. When I offer a break with coins, it feels like a lottery more. It feels more like a casino. But check this out. Technically, it's not. Coins are not. This coin is considered a collectible. So why shouldn't I be able to toss it into, like, sort of like a, wow, look at that, guys. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at this coin, everybody. Whoa, holy moly, man. So silver did go down a little bit in price, huh? Let's see what the price of silver is. Maybe I'll reprice this right now. Price of silver. It's not bad. It's at 81. It was at 90, and it fell back down to 78, and now it's back up to 81. That's not bad. Man, that's not like what Bitcoin did, man. Bitcoin freaking crashed, man. So we'll lower the price a little bit on this. The price of silver went down a little bit. Why not? I think the coins follow the silver up and down because part of the value is, of course, the mint. So part of the value of this coin is the beautiful Queen's Beast mint from 2018. That's 8 years ago they made this coin. So it's out of print. And then the second value is the fact that it graded PF 70. So there's premiums to that. Really beautiful coin. It's very easy to look at. It's very visible. This could be like a display, but we got to lower the price because, the price of silver kind of dropped by $10 per ounce, and there's 5 ounces in here. So let's drop this. Let's drop it to $8.90. All right, so there we go. We've got the Black Bull of Clarence, 2018, beautiful UK mint coin, $890, just gorgeous. And you can actually trade your cards toward this. Like if you have cards, maybe you pull this guy right here and you decide you want this coin. You can take your win with the Psyduck and swap it with the coin. Like I don't want to host a break on the coin, but if you pull some other break, ask me for the coin. I'll give it to you. All right, very good. Kramer's just weird. George is the best actor. Yeah, George is special, man. He's real good. Seinfeld's kind of, he's kind of plain. He's like a plain cream cheese on a bagel. But it's really, George is the one that's full of spunk. He's full of energy. And I think when it comes to comedians, there's always something going on with them emotionally that makes them a little bit twisted, you know what I mean? And that's what makes them so funny. They're bothered by something, or they notice something that you're not noticing, or they're thinking too much, they're overthinking. And he had that sort of energy about him, didn't he? The more I think about it, I kind of consider pretty much all coins, even bullion collectibles, Yeah, well, especially if they're minted, I would say. If they're not minted, right, like if it's just a pure silver bar, it's in no way collectible. That's just about the bullion. But a lot of bars are very nicely minted. And then when they're graded, that's got to be considered collectible at that point. But the funny thing about that is a lot of those things that get nicely, finely minted, they often are the ones that get graded. So it's kind of a combination. So here is Pseudo Wudo from Snow Hazard. What a great artwork. Look at that, guys. $50 for Pseudo Wudo. Hope you guys, by the way, I hope you're having a great Monday. Let's take a look at his price up on eBay. Pseudo Wood 080. There we go. And we're going to sort by lowest by now. Let's see. Oh, wow. I don't even see one for sale. What the hell? I don't think they have one for sale. Let me check sold. So they're not even one for sale? Ooh. Okay, so there might not be any for sale. Oh, sold on February 8th. One of these sold for $65 and $20 shipping. So his price has been rising for a little while. Sold for $64 and $20 shipping. That's $84 plus import fees, but we won't do import fees. So let's set it to its correct price now of $84. Is that real? Damn, dude. The older bars already have a lot of premium. Nice. Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, you know, if it gets really old, then it's definitely a collectible again. So like Pirate's Gold and all that kind of stuff. That's cool stuff. Or like the coins where they've been shaven off because you got the people trying to do that trick. I was learning about that, you know, the clipping. And then there was another one where they put all the coins in a bag and they shake the bag and then the coins like strike each other. What do they call that? I don't remember that. And then like coin dust comes out of that. Really interesting. Here we go. So we got Scar for 100. He's just been priced. He was priced just the other day, like less than a month ago. He's already good to go. Damn, I want that coin. It's beautiful. It's for sale. It's ready for slab away. Silver's slightly down right now. If it goes back up, I'm raising the price with the silver. So you might consider it. We have slab away. Pay $20, and then you can put something into slab away to pay it down over 6 months. Now, this shaman was recently priced, too. He's correctly priced. The people, you say. Put this here. Plankton, Tiny Tyrant. Oh, man, I can't believe these didn't sell. So I feel like I should just go ahead and place this up on eBay or something, because I feel like it will definitely sell on eBay. But that is Plankton, Tiny Tyrant. Look how beautiful that. It's okay, mister. We all know. Yes, it was known that the Jewish community would clip those coins. They were so clever. They said, hey, I can shave a little bit of this coin off. I'm sure they weren't exclusively doing it, though. I'm sure it was probably a problem for everyone. Because the problem with them is you could get away with it. That was the real problem, is anyone could clip it. And that's why they started putting the ridges on the coin. Ooh. All right, let's see. It's always fun to sort of beat up on the Jews. Here is Secret Lair, Tiny Tyrant. He has gone down in price to $65. Man, I've been hearing some of the stuff that Jeffrey Epstein was saying, and pretty much anything that guy says, you do not want to be associated with him. But he was, man, he was like a racist, man. He was super racist. And he would call people who weren't Jewish like goyim and stuff. Like, damn, bro. Like, he's doing so much damage after he's passed away. You know what I mean? Like, it's all the things he's saying is very culturally powerful because people dislike him so much. By the way, take a quick look at this lightning break card. We have Captain Pikachu. We're waiting on 3 more people to join, and that will pop right off. How can we rip off everyone else? They were asking themselves. Well, you know, you know, if you're focused, you have money on your mind, and you notice the coin, and you go, wait a second, no one will ever know if I just scrape a tiny sliver of this. So, and that's why they had to fix that, and it worked a little bit. Let's see. All Jews are racist. Rolling his eyes, Piasu. Yeah, I would say right now, the way people talk about Jewish people is really we're like a new era where when I was in the 90s, you didn't even think about the Jewish community. It just wasn't on your mind. And when you spoke about them, you spoke very kindly. The Jewish community and the Christian community really liked each other, and they were like a protected class. Now we jump forward in the future, and there's so much controversy, dude. There's like, there was the war with Palestine after the October attacks, and people definitely, some people were very pro-Palestine, and so you got like people on the left who really don't like the Jews now, or they say something like, I don't like Zionism, it's Zionism. And then you got people on the right, you already had the neo N-words or whatever. I don't want to demonetize myself or get myself hidden in the, but those guys already didn't like the Jewish people because of, you know, the mustache man, I guess. So you have like the far left and the far right, coincidentally, ironically perhaps, agree on something. And it's just such a controversial time right now to exist, I guess, as a Jewish person. I don't know. What do you think the effect of all that is? That can't be good. All right, let me see. You know, you must feel a little put upon or something. Would you be interested in 2-ounce Queen Beast completer coins trade for the 5-ounce coin? Ooh, that is an interesting question. So you have 4 of the 2-ounce coins, and you want to trade it for the 5-ounce coin. What is the grade on the 2-ounce coins? Because they're not quite as expensive when they're ungraded. They don't get kicked out of more countries than any other group for no reason. Most slave owners were Jewish as well. Right, there's like all these negative things that people are talking about on the internet. The internet has such a way of doing that kind of stuff. The internet has such a way of taking the usual narrative and poking holes in it because, you know, people love breaking apart norms. They love finding dirt on people. If you've got a hero, people love, you know, getting rid of the hero. So you got all this stuff coming out, and it's a strange time. I think that the Jewish brand is hurt a little bit. I like to think of groups in terms of like branding. I think their brand is damaged right now, and I wonder what they do next. And I wonder what America does next. You know, it's a curious thing because we have a very close allyship with Israel, and I wonder what happens from here. You know, wonder how it affects people's voting. I don't know if it's as big of a deal as the internet makes it out to be. I don't think much will change, to be honest. Can you check if you received my order? Oh, yes. Let me go hit refresh on the website. I just hit a refresh on the website, didn't I? Aha, 3 minutes ago. You got it, man. Let's take a look. So Fortnite Series 1 times 2. You got it, man. We got Fortnite Series 2 for you. Thanks so much, Mr. Jonas. All right. They're really pushing race mixing now. They're the main group behind blank and pushing blank and everything else. Yeah, you hear that a lot from like conservatives. So conservatives will say that. Conservatives will say like, well, they want the race mixing. And it's you know, and so they'll point out that the Jews themselves don't like to do race mixing themselves. So Jews will be like, no, I only want to have kids with other Jews or something like that. Right? Like there's like an element of I guess you would call them Zionists. I don't know. I don't know all the jargon even. But they will say like, well, your children need to be Jewish. And then the argument will go, the sort of political propaganda will go that, because I have to choose my words nicely here. I don't actually take a very strong side on this subject. I'm not deep into 4chan or X or any of that stuff. I'm really, you will find I'm not very big on conspiracy or anything like that. I never have been. I never will be. But the argument will go, so they don't like the race mix, but they kind of make everyone else race mix. And so that'll be the argument. And that would come from like the far right. And the far left would be something like, oh, well, they're trying to, you know, get rid of the Muslims and they stole Israel. And so that'll come from the left. They're colonizers. That's the word, right? Colonizers. They're just, but they seem to gather a lot of ire, you know, over the last couple years. And I'm sure the war in the Middle East has a lot to do with that. All right. So, you know, I would say they have a brand problem right now, and I wonder what they do about it. A lot of groups, it's just about your brand. White people have a brand. Black people have a brand. Latinos have a brand, you know. And your goal is to get the people around you to appreciate you or to want to be like you or to at least respect you, you know. I do enjoy my goy slop. That is one of those words. I love that word, slop. When Karis and I get Taco Bell, we joke that we're getting the slop. All right. Maybe you labeled that Pikachu the wrong price. This one right here? Oh, I did. Oh my God. It's not 1 in 25. It's 1 in 5. I'm sorry. I'm such a poopy head. Here we go. Okay. what was I doing? There you go. All right. $5, 1 in 5. And he's already one done. There's only 4 spots left. You can trade junk cards to get into this slab. That's called the trade slab. I replied back, says Mr. Jamie. Hey, what's up, Jamie? No grade, but the completer coin Queen Beast is expensive. Google it and let me know. Beautiful coins. So in this case, it's got to be a grade for a grade, okay? That's my feelings on it. So if you had, my bad, if you had the completer coin and it was graded like MS69 or MS70, then I could get really standardized pricing to do the transaction with. If they're just raw coins, I'm not prepared to, like, here's what I would tell you. I'd say just go sell off your Queen's Beast coins for whatever they're worth, and then just use cash to purchase the graded one. All right, so let's see what we got next. Do we have any orders on this fine Monday? It's 6:33. Taco Bell is grade A plus Goy Slop. I'm loving my slop, bro. Give me the slop, bro. That's what that Pokemon commercial felt like. The Pokemon commercial felt like slop, bro. Like, come on, just buy this stuff. Just buy it. It's great. Come on, bro. Trevor Noah. Trevor. Come on, bro. You don't like Trevor Noah? Come on, bro. Just buy it. That's exactly how it felt. Let's see. What we got? Do I have any more cards to price up for you guys? So I don't have any fresh slabs to price up for you guys at the moment, but we are still rotating these. But I'm not a big hater on the Jews at all myself personally, and I'm not a hater on Muslims either, by the way. So sometimes you get the politics are very divided on those two groups. I think the Muslims and the Jews probably have a lot in common, and so do the Christians. I think that for them, the pathway forward is actually to find what they have in common and get along with each other. There it is, because they actually share a lot of values in common. They're all conservative. Ooh, let's see what we got. We've got Snorlax VMAX. Wow, look at that baby honey. Holy man, 160. It's not their fault they're born in the wrong religion. All religions are false except one. That's right. My religion is the right one. Right. That's what everyone says. So here is Snorlax VMAX. We have the right way. All right. He is correctly priced at 160, but we're going to lower it to 150. I'm just making conversation, saying what the word is around town. Yeah, it's fun to get into all that stuff. That's what the internet allows these days. You really get to dabble in like words and ideas that used to be a bit more forbidden. There we are. I don't think they're quite as forbidden anymore. Like, we all know it. And it's fun to talk about it a little bit. Here it is. Storming the beach. Ooh, wow, that's really nice. Member. They took our jobs. Hey, what's up, man? Look at that. Wow, that is so cool. They're going to relaunch Halo. The Combat Evolved Halo. Halo 1 is coming out for PlayStation. It's getting remastered, right, or remade. And cards like this might be undervalued right now. Anyone still believe Epstein's still alive? You hear that conspiracy going around that he's still alive, man. You hear people saying it's a thing, and it's like, I don't know, maybe. Let's see. I might just go ahead and put that into the live costumes. We're going to set this back up, though, to be, instead of 180, it's going to be 150. So we're going to have a $30 price change. So he's cheaper now. And if someone doesn't like it in there, I'll let them trade it in. They'll be able to re-roll it. So 50 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, just like that. He was playing Fortnite. Yeah, I heard about that his account was active and someone spent money. He's just online playing Fortnite. We are. All right. Oh, yeah. Faking your death is easier than most believe. Xbox is dead. PlayStation wins. Here's the new Elvis everyone thinks is alive. Who knows, man? It's one of those things now, isn't it? It's like part of the lore. Here we go, storming the beach. Well, what is this music? This is more of that AI remade music. Smash Brothers Ultimate theme. Mega Man. Let's get on Mega Man. Storming the beach. And it's going to say hello. And it's going to say 150. There it goes. Xbox is dead. PlayStation wins. All hail PlayStation. All right, we'll just pop some of these in here. Some of those. A couple of these. Now, if you pull this out of the box and you don't like them, you can just re-roll them for 190% of the value of that card. It's actually a pretty nice thing to pull, that means. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because that means you could pull them for 25 bucks and re-roll them like 5 times. That's not bad. Thanks for the great streams almost every day. No problem, man. We would have had a stream on Saturday. But guess where I was? I was in St. Louis. Take me to St. Louis, Louis. And part of the reason we were out there is to go to the Pokemon card event. And it was terrible. It was so overcrowded. You could barely move. So, oops. So they didn't plan that correctly. And then we just spent like a whole day in St. Louis as well. We spent all of Saturday and about half of Sunday. We arrived back here late. And we went to some of our favorite spots in St. Louis, and we had dinner out there. We tried a couple restaurants that you can't eat at out here. And honestly, it wasn't that great. It was just like, meh. St. Louis is run down, dude. The city of St. Louis feels like a very old, very uninvested city. Like no one is putting money into it. No one's building anything. Yeah, it feels run down as heck out there, man. It feels really rough. These are $25 live custom slabs. Take a $25 shot. See if you walk away with the whole brand new slab in your pocket. Let me show you what you can pull out of here, okay? I'm going to show you what cards are in the live customs. Get ready. Can't believe you left the house. You don't have any symptoms of COVID-26, do you, babe? No. Storming the beach. Here's a lovely Pikachu. That's a 10. Here is Conquering Shadow. Here's this guy who's actually probably underpriced. Here's Sonic the Hedgehog. Here's Megalodios. We've got Pristine. Galarian Moltres. There we go. There's too many places now. There's too many regional cards. Here's Shiny Magikarp. Oh, he's good. Here's Mewtwo. Here's Ultimate Spider-Man. Here's Kingdra. Look at that Kingdra, man. So that's a hit. That's a chase card. Look, see? So Kingdra is a chase card in there. If you're looking for one of those Kingdras, you can pull one for 25 bucks. Snorlax for 200. He's a chase card. Chansey Coin for 250. That's a chase card. This is from 1996, and it came out of the base set. And we based the price of $250 around the fact that that's what it last sold for on eBay. You can go look it up for yourself right now. He is a chase card as well. Snorlax is in there. We've got this beautiful Eevee, Pristine 10. Eevee promo. This likely very underpriced Flareon. Here is Victini. Here is Gengar. Here is Pikachu. Here's McDonald's Pikachu. Here's Arceus 8. Could take 2 to 14 days for symptoms to show up. You never know. Yeah, you're right. I could have gotten sick from it. You wouldn't know. I guess I wouldn't know for a while. Here is this beautiful Gengar. I think this guy went up in price. We have Zapdos. These are all in the live customs. Any of this could be pulled out right now. Look at how many slabs it is. We got this lovely Spider-Man. Here's Ho-Oh. This is cool. This is actually 2 slabs. It's holographic Lucario and holographic Riolu. Now, those are from Diamond era, Japanese, though. Here's a very underpriced Kadabra Tora Karuta. Here is Leafeon for $150. There it is. That's all of the live customs. You just got another sneak preview of them. They're great. There's so many slabs in there. I'm loving it. Bum, 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 bum. Some of those slabs are really underpriced now. The Tora Karutas have gone up. We just sold I'm sorry, not Doug Trio, Diglett Tora Karuta for $240. And that's Diglett. Nobody even likes Diglett. So that guy went for $240. So the Tora Karuta Kadabra is probably at least half his real value today. So it's because some of those cards have been sitting in there a while. All right, Kingdra's nice. Kingdra is the top pull in the box, it appears. He's a $345 pull. If you pull him and you don't like him, re-roll him. Or you might keep him, because he's just really nice. Did you get any Nikkei first edition yet? Not yet. We do have a restock of that coming, I'm sure, but it's probably going to come over the next couple days, right? All right, let's see, refresh. Let's check out this website order. Nicholas Pacheco, thanks, man. Let's see what we got. So Nicholas ordered 8 minutes ago, and he has a big order, a Topps Naruto. Ooh, yeah. So these new Topps Naruto cards, guys, they're a big deal. Look at these. Topps has never printed Naruto before, and this is 2025 Naruto hobby box. There's only 5 packs in the box, so I guess I can call it a hobby box. Then also, you want Get Me in the binder break. So he's already jumping in the binder break. Very cool, man. It doesn't finish until there's 4 people in there. The binder break is going to take over the jumbo pack break because people are seeing that there's so many cards in the binder break. It's just actually a really fat bag of cards as opposed to a fat bag of booster packs. But they're both cool because I guess the jumbo pack break could get extremely lucky one day. All right, you ready? Here goes. Topps Naruto, everybody. Snip of that. Nice to see what is inside the Naruto. Hope you get something nice, bro. Ready? Yes, I agree, man. I agree. How's the Nami break looking? She's fresh, and she's a really large break, so you might have to wait a while before that one goes off. But you know what I really need to do? I need to make, here it is. I need to make some video content showing off these breaks. So people on the internet need to know that we're hosting the break for it to go off faster. Oh, what do we got? Out of 25, this is Koronai Yuhi. All right. And she is looking a little bit better on the bottom of the card. All right. Cool, man. So that one is out of 25. I'd love to send some of these off to like PSA just to see what happens. Look at that, everybody. Beautiful. All right. Let's grab a top loader. This is the kind of stuff you're trying to pull out of here, guys. I'd love to pull a 1 of 1. God, I wish we could pull a 1 of 1. That would be so cool. It'd make my day if we did. So here's Kurenai. Here's Naruto Uzumaki, Episode 1. Cool. A Failure's True Power. Let's see if there's a chance for another holo. Kasami Hoshigaki. Karis was telling me these are some of the most popular characters in the show. Is anyone wearing these outfits right here? Here's the End of Tears. That looks really gross. It looks like a hand. We've got Genin Takedown, all 9 rookies. And Kakashi Hatake. How much for a Naruto pack? They're a little bit pricey. There's only 5 packs per box, and so they're just a little pricey. They're $54 per pack. The pack comes with 8 cards that you could potentially grade, and a chance for a numbered holographic card like that. The Akatsuki. I can't even say it. Ninja terrorists. I want a Tachi. Darn, Kurenai is trash. Oh, is she? Ah, man. I don't know. I didn't know that. All right, there you have it, though. That will be your pull. Cool that you got a numbered card anyways. All right, this bag's getting hella full, dude. There's a lot of cards in here. And I don't think you're going to fit in that inbox the same way anymore. So give me a second here. Let me clean up a little bit. First of all, let's take this pack split bag and toss it back into the box over here. And then this is the Japanese jumbo pack. And what is this? Oh, these are all bent. What the hell? These are cool. These shouldn't be kept over there. They should be kept over here. Who liked the Super Bowl? Hey, what's up, Mr. Dylan? I heard it was kind of boring. I didn't get to watch it. They wanted me to pay a ton of money to watch it, and I said no. I can't believe that the Super Bowl can't just be watched for free now. It's kind of a big change, isn't it? You used to be able to just watch the Super Bowl when it came on. Now they're like, nah, you got to pay money for the privilege to watch commercials. All right, you're going into a box a little further away this time because it has more space in it. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Mr. Nicholas Pacheco. Now, Jonas Gordon. He's also going to pick up... Can I get into the trade slab? Says Nicholas Pacheco. Yeah, let's take a quick look at what you could potentially give up. So we're looking for some hollows. Hollows is usually the first thing. So you can always give up hollows out of your bag. And that can give you a spot. I feel like I'm probably too generous with the hollow trade-ins because as it turns out, holographic cards don't really trade in for much. If you sold bulk to a bulk seller, I think you'd need to trade in like over 100 hollows to get $5. Here it is. I could be wrong about that, but I saw their numbers and it's pretty rough. Let's see. We'll look it back up and get exact numbers. But yeah, I mean, if you were just trading your bulk into a bulk buyer, they are they don't give what they used to. Let's put it that way. And you know what? That number I quoted, that's for English. That's not for Japanese or Korean or anything like that. But here you go. You got this chunk of hollows right here. Okay. And they appear to be Japanese mostly, a little bit of English in there. Here's a little high dragon. Okay. All right. How does that look? Does that look good to you? I could probably do $5 for that round right there. Mistress, they're one of those Zapdoses in a 10. There's gonna be, because I'm gonna pop that guy out of there and regrade him because he should be like $400 if you ask me. Not apparently at some point we priced this for just 45. Makes no sense to me. All right, Rage Bait. I thought it was America Sports, so why not free? America. Yeah, they were they wanted me to sign up for some big expensive subscription thing. Look, okay, so we'll toss this over here and get you into that trade break. Getting into the trade break has been popular today. We got Pikachu going on this time, guys. If you got some junk cards you're trying to get rid of, doesn't have to be anything nice. That's what's cool about the trade break is the card does not have to be very nice to get in here. It is. You're at 2 out of 5 now, everybody. All right. Now, that Zapdos has to be cracked just like the other Zapdoses. I think he's well undervalued. Ooh, that's Persona 5. And they're like singing in that. Let's try this. These are all remixes. I don't want remixes. Mix Metroid Prime music. Let's try that. Okay. Ooh, I love this song. Don't you guys love this old... This is some top-tier music. All right, let me grab this wrench. Let me grab my monkey wrench. You put in Jonas. Oh, wait. I'm giving Mr. Jonas Gordon a free spot in there, huh? Oops. It's Nicholas Pacheco. Thank you. We need some sea shanty. I'm going to go get the sea shanty. We could be RuneScape pirates. Let's grab this. All right. What if they noticed a dip in the live streams because of the paywalls all season now? You always need another damn subscription. Figure it will hurt them in the long run. Who knows? Who knows? I mean, maybe not. Maybe this whole time they should have been doing it. Like, maybe they've been leaving a lot of money on the table because people pay for everything else, don't they? They pay for Stranger Things. They pay for Hulu. They pay for Disney. Maybe the Super Bowl wasn't meant to just make its money from commercials. Maybe you got to pay for the privilege to watch the commercials. You know what I'm saying? It's a very strange time, isn't it? But it forced me to not watch it because I wasn't going to sign up for anything. I was just kind of like, damn, bro, really? You can basically watch the whole show afterwards. You just don't get to watch it live. Okay, ooh, look at my fingertips now. Instead of Booty Pirate, I'm a Torta Pirate. What? All right, so here's this. Let's see. Yes, sir, it was I who was in the trade. My bad, dude. I think Jonas was the last name on the screen. That's what it was. My brain's very muscle memoried. Just do what I see last. Well, I hope you guys have been having a great Monday. It's we've had some fun conversations about the Super Bowl Sunday and other things, and I think that's what really makes the stream a lot of fun. It's just being able to talk controversy. So here is Zapdos. There you go. Because you can talk Pokemon cards literally every single day of your life. There we go. But at some point, your brain wants to do a little more than that. You know what I'm saying? So all those Zapdoses getting cracked out. So much money lost. Glad you didn't waste your money. Didn't miss a great gamer thing. And the halftime show sucked butt. What? Here it is. There we go. Okay, we're going to toss this over here. Not but. Here's a Snorlax. Look at that Snorlax. The halftime show was the only thing good, says Mr. Edward Cornelio. We're going to grab this Snorlax. It seems like people fall into two camps. They either really liked it or they really didn't like it. And that's how it goes now. Snorlax, classic, Japanese. Mister, let's get that Dark Knight now for Fortnite. You could. He could be in those packs. It's a real thing. He's a big pull. He's worth a lot of money. We pulled him years ago out of those packs. And the current packs that we're opening come from a different case. I used to have like 6 cases of that product. I think I'm down to like 3 or 2. Might be 2. I won $80 thanks to the Seahawks winning. Did a little gambling? Sports gambling has been a subject too. Tons of sports gambling. So there's Snorlax. What's the price of the pre-grade? So pre-grading is usually $3 per card. It is a pretty slow night. You could probably do 10 for 10. Unless I have an order in the queue. Let me see. Good night for the pre-grade. The special pre-grade, 10 for 10. Oh, but we do have an order for Mr. Arturo. Hey, what's up, Mr. Arturo? Let me hit refresh. Feel like it would have been a show for the World Cup in South America. Oh, you're talking about the... Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that. Can I get 4 junk packs? Yes, sir. 4 junk packs. All right. I don't think people... So the people who really loved it, I don't think they appreciate that American football is kind of a cultural moment for Americans in the United States. Like red, white, and blue Americans. We're not just a faceless, culturalist, economic zone, and that's it, right? Like the American people. We're all supposed to be American people, in fact. That's the goal. The goal is to have like a shared identity, not a separatist movement for every single like race and oh, my grandma spoke Tagalog, so I'm Filipino or something. You know what I'm saying? So the football event, the Super Bowl event, is such a sort of like grand national sport for the whole country. I think people want it to be something that unifies instead of sort of becomes a maybe like a protest for a particular group. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody will agree with that statement. Some people will say, no, I really liked it. But if you go online, there's a lot of people that didn't like it. They're voicing their opinions right now. Here's Slide Rock Bolter. Here's Latias. Here's Jasmine. Ooh, you got a little Jasmine in there. That's kind of nice. A little Jasmine. Not gonna lie, I don't care. They want the international money. Oh, NFL. That's what people say. They say it's because it will make so much money internationally. I mean, if that was really true, why don't they host like a Chinese artist or something like that, right? Because there's a lot of money in those languages, a lot of Chinese watchers. How would that, and would you support that? Like, would that be cool if the next artist is a Chinese artist singing in Chinese? How would that feel at the Super Bowl? So I think it is sort of like a political statement, and there's a lot of context to it. I don't think it's as simple as just like, oh, they wanted money. You know what I mean? Like as if another artist couldn't bring in a lot of money, right? Like I thought Kendrick Lamar got a lot of views too, right? All right, what we got here? But obviously, I think that his show got a lot of views for being highly controversial. Here's Samsora. SpongeBobidoo. Here's undefeated super swordsman Yuuki. What? Here's Param Fremelda. You got Patrick Surtain rookie and Brandon. Who names their kid Brandon, bro? I'm gonna name my kid Haley and Caden. All right. Am I banned? Says Dylan. What? Why would you say that? Junk packs are hot. You like them? They're fun, man. All right. So there's all of that. And Mr. Arturo, let me grab your bag. You've got a lot of stuff in your bags. You might need another bag. Crazy enough. 4 times I've tried to message and it just deleted. Oh, you're not banned. That's so YouTube has like auto moderation these days, and it's pretty tough actually. Yeah, YouTube's auto mod is really strong. And I'll tell you the truth, I like it that way. It's actually really nice. Because sometimes we would get like trolls would come in here, and I have not seen a troll in so long. And I bet you what's going on is they do show up, but they're just auto modded, so it doesn't work. So it's kind of nice. All right, what we got? Let's go ahead. I'm going to price up this guy, and then we're going to move on to Mr. Jesus' order. What's up, Mr. Jesus? So we've got Radiant God of War. All right. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. Radiant Gardevoir. And this shall be 055. It doesn't matter what people will do these days, someone will be offended. So there's going to be 25 plus 5. Yeah, I mean, I think that sort of, that sort of broadens it into sort of like this nebulous, abstract problem. Like, oh, yeah, it's sort of dismissive, I suppose, and doesn't talk about what's really going on here. Like, why are some people not supportive of what happened? And I think people want to feel like they're at home, They want to feel like, hey, this is my country. I belong here. I'm at home. And this is my language. In America, we just don't do Spanish music at our Super Bowls for like ever. So you're just going to catch a lot of conservative types who don't like any change at all. But on a deeper conversation, there's people who also maybe they think of it as a moment for unity and for American culture, which has been English, right? Like the American states created football, and it was English-speaking people who created American football. And so it feels weird to have it sort of, I guess maybe the word's like hijacked for a political statement. It doesn't make people like, it's not like people's heads are exploding, but they go, maybe I didn't like that. That's what they end up doing. They go, I don't know. McDonald's Pikachu. You just have to go out and see some of the responses from people who didn't like it, and you'll realize you got two groups, people who really loved it, and then people who really didn't like it that much. So this is actually still 45. That was the correct price on it. 45 is a great price for this Pikachu. By the way, I saw some of the cards for the upcoming McDonald's collaboration, and I did not see this Pikachu in it. I saw some of the upcoming cards in a leak. I don't know if it was a correct leak, but I did not see Burger Pikachu so far. That doesn't mean he won't show up, but I haven't seen him so far. Now, here's Weavile. Woo, I just got my acrylic case for booster boxes. Nice, man. Who would troll the best stream on YouTube? I don't believe it, mister. What? Yeah, it happens. They're doing it to offend people on purpose, though. Yeah, I something like that. I don't know. PSA 10, Weavile, Shiny Rare, number 183. So we got 183. There is not one of these for sale. Let me check sold, maybe. These old shiny rare cards are kind of going for a lot of money now. So there isn't one for sale, and I get to list my own price. I think I'm going to do a much higher price of 120. We are. This is in English, and this set is from 2024, 2 years ago. There we go. So the reason that Weavile shall be 120, there's none of them listed. And I just want to show you guys something. I want to show you, what am I basing this off of? Well, I just sold a Gloom, a similar type of card, but it was Gloom. And I just sold it for $200. So let me show that off to you guys so you can see what I'm saying. And it just makes me feel like, why don't I just send this off to eBay, where somebody who likes Weavile will go buy it. You know what I'm saying? I said that too often. All right, so do you know what I'm saying? Mister, can you do my order? I need to sleep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. I'm just waiting for this to load. Let me go scroll over to it in the meantime. Well, we got to take care of Mr. Jesus first, actually. Hold on. Jesus, who ordered 5 packs of solo leveling set number 1 using my $5 store credit. Here it is. So check it out, guys. I just sold this shiny rare gloom from Paldean Paldean Fates for $200. So if anything, the Weavile could be underpriced. He could be underpriced by like 80 bucks because, you know, gloom's not that popular. 5-pack solo leveling 1. I feel like I'm asking a pretty moderate price in this case. Is it in here? Let's see if it's in here. Here we have Solo Leveling Volume 2. You want a free pack of Solo Leveling Volume 2? Sure you do. And then 5 of these. Thanks for placing an order today, man. Appreciate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. Hey, what's up, Mark? How's life going, Mark? Mr. Secretly Mega Darkrai. That's right. Why do you say that? What's Mega Darkrai do? I didn't play that game. Is he a bad guy? All right, let's see. So your $5 store credit, huh? Let's go looking for that. Believe it shall be over here. Thank you, mister. No problem, man. Thanks for placing an order today. We're looking for a store credit for you now. Ha! There it is. Paldean Fate sure is popular right now. I've seen a lot of it getting open in the last month. Really, Paldean Fates? Was that on your eBay or your PSA? It was on eBay, but it was listed from the PSA vault. So that's for $5. Now you're getting these 5 packs and a bonus pack because I'm so cool. Mister, put the cards in the bag. You ready? Here goes. The binder break now has 1 person in it. It's got 1 person in it. The binder break. Set that up over there. Ready? Steady. We've got Yujin Song. That's a cold pack. Pack number 2. Mega Darkrai is around. Hey! Oh, yeah. We've got Igris. All right. Lovely Igris. Oops. Here's... Said oops because I shifted my back and I had instant back pain. My God, dude. I'm getting old! No! Here's a cold one, but here's Songjin Woo. Here's... Have you guys considered opening up the solo leveling cards? These were printed in Korea by a Korean card printing company. It's official product. This is official product. Whoa, you got a really cold round. So you got 1 Igris and a whole bunch of commons. Any good commons in there? Let's see. How about Yujin Ho, Sungjin Jina, Imida. Here's, I don't know, Ice Bear, Shin Sukshin, Suki Wookie. Here's Sungjin Woo, Laura. Here's Jinna. Jinna, that's like short for vagina if you look. Gina. Who's naming their kid Jinna? There you go. Nah, I'm kidding, though. All right, couple of these common cards. Not a lot of hits, but maybe that means go a little deeper on that box. All right, let's find your bag. Mister got a little crazy in the motel room. We had an Airbnb. It's nice. It's not, well, I mean, it's sort of nice. Airbnbs aren't always that nice, but this one was okay. We were in Creve Coeur, one of the nicer areas of the St. Louis region. Actually, we have a lot of memories in that Creve Coeur area. We spent a lot of time out there. We went to a Korean restaurant called Seoul Garden. I don't know if it's a franchise or if it's just in that area, but it's called Seoul Garden. So good. They come out with all these little side dishes. There's like kimchi. There's kimchi radish root. There's there's lotus root. There's like a sesame broccoli. There's like a sesame cucumber. They got like little tofus. Oh man, it's so good. And then I had the shrimp bulgogi, and Kares had a beef soup that was spicy and red, and it had like a raw egg cracked on top, and it had soft tofu in it. And we're like, damn, this is good. It was so good. And the people around us were all eating like. They had these like grills, like all you can eat grills. And it was a little raw, rolled up pork belly fat and all this crazy stuff. You know it's a good restaurant because half the people eating there are Korean. So you know it's got to be somewhat authentic. You know what I mean? So that's one of those telltale signs that you're at a good restaurant is when Like if you're going to get Korean food and everyone in there is already Korean eating there, you're like, oh yeah, this must remind them of home or something. Because someone let Mr. know, because my message never showed up. Sent for the Burger Pikachu plus shipping. Sounds good. All right. So Burger Pikachu plus shipping. Let's find that. Let me hit refresh. Maybe you sent it over here. Candy's trying to get your attention through ZELLE. Through ZELLE, you say. Oh, wait a second. Maybe ZELLE's not working. Oh, I don't see any ZELLE orders. Who used ZELLE? Did Mr. Russ use ZELLE? That's probably why I haven't serviced it. Okay, so on a rare occasion, ZELLE does not show orders. There'll be like a delay. So I need you guys to do me a quick favor. Just take a screenshot of your order and email it. Here's where you email it. You email it to TheCardconomist@gmail.com. Go ahead and do that. I'll start servicing that. It doesn't happen very often, but on a rare occasion, ZELLE will be like a few hours late. And it looks like that was what was happening tonight. I don't like the Korean food places where they make you cook your food. Oh, that's so funny that you mentioned that, because we did do the barbecue like 4 years ago when we still lived in the St. Louis region. And that's exactly what I said. I said, I go to restaurants for someone else to cook for me. Miss Alexis, what? Hey, how's it going, Alexis? Hold on. She says, okay, so you got a label and it says Xenobius on it. And you said, I cannot find any slabs with the Xenobius on it. So there might not be any slabs with the name Xenobius on it. He might just be worried that he does have something under that name. Oh, wait a second. I just got the ZELLE order for Candy Vargas. It just arrived. So that just arrived, by the way. So let me respond. If you can't find Xenobius slabs, he might have just been checking just in case. Xenobius, huh? I wonder if it could be like the Xenobius, because we had that happen with the guy whose slabs were called the Doghouse instead of just Doghouse. Okay, I'll just upload this and say, go ahead and ship. All right. All right, so there we go. So I broke into your basement, and I feel like doing all the shipping. What? Put me down for 1K. The ZELLE will clear in 2027. Candy Vargas is next. She ordered Burger, Beckett, Pikachu, and shipping. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, shipping is going to change, by the way, guys. I'm thinking from now on, shipping is going to be Monday and Friday. So it's going to be 2 days a week, Monday, Friday. And this is because we were kind of learning that Miss Alexis was pretty much able to keep up with all the shipping with just 2-day shipping. So Monday, Friday. I would love to get Miss Alexis to do some encapsulating. She's dying to do some encapsulating. She said, I would love to encapsulate some cards. There we go. We're going to open this up. She said, I'm the encapsulating queen. I'm hungry, mister. What are you making us for dinner? So I've decided Mondays will not be like heavy food days for me. So I had like a green bean soup. And I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner, but it's going to be light. And then I can go back to eating like normal tomorrow. Mondays are going to be light food, not much. All right. I'm allowed to eat a lot of vegetables. We're going to say Candy Vargas. So I won't be eating anything too special today. But tomorrow, I'm probably going to make a delicious beef soup. We have a big pot roast beef steak, and we're probably going to cook that up because it's getting old. Oh, nice. LMAO, I'm packing your order right now. I didn't know if I did, but just in case, I said to check on my YouTube name. There you go. All right, cool. Crazy work in doing lobster, mac and cheese, butterfly shrimp, crab, and broccoli. I don't know. Man, that sounds like poor people food, Alexis. I'm more the dino nuggets and frozen pizza type, you know, the bourgeois. Is that the right word? Wait, who's the rich? Oh, yeah, the proletariat is like poor, bourgeois is expensive. Who even came up with those terms? It's so dumb. Yes, we're having butterfly shrimp and lobster. Did you have hand and cup time in the cold room today? Hand and cup rye. Oh, for the IVF? No, we're way past that point in the IVF. The date with the little white cup. Oh my God, bro. No, we're way past that point. We have like 12 healthy embryos. How interesting is that? Miss Candy, I'm just waiting for your label to print. It's not coming up with the price. Oh, and there it goes. They already took my stuff, and then they took her stuff, and then they mixed it together in a lab. And hopefully they didn't mix any of our plasma up with someone else's. You hear about those problems happening. All right, it's recalculating the price because, oh, there it is. Dang, dude, this software sucks, bro. What, 12 kids? I know. I just need 12 surrogates. I could have 12 kids if I was, basically, if I was a multi-millionaire, if I had millions of dollars cash, I could hire surrogates to have 12 kids, and then I would beat my dad who only had 11. What a punk. 11's nothing. But no, I could have 12 kids in 1 year, and then I'd be all caught up. All right, let me hit refresh over here. Any luck with Ascended Heroes? We have had a little bit of luck, but we need more of it. And it is on the menu, but it's kind of pricey. Mr. Tyler, did you say you had an order? I'm not seeing an order for Tyler. I'm looking forward for a smoked char and some boiled potatoes with melted butter. Here we have a Mr. Nicholas Pacheco order, though. Let's see what that is. So Nicholas says, are we doing a 10 for 10? 10 for 10 pre-grade. Or if you sold all your Charizards, you could afford 12 surrogates. What? Yeah, but then I'd go back to being, like, totally broke again. I would have 12 kids and no money. So I was hoping to have some money. I didn't, mister. I wish. Free gold stars? We do have a new gold star in our inventory. Let me show it off to you guys. Check it out. That is Gold Star Torchic. And he's only a 3. But it's still a nice grade. 3's nice. And he's in great condition. Check out the back. Nothing disrespectful here. Looks good. This could be a future Mega Break, but it really won't start until that Crystal Nidoking completes. Crystal Nidoking's at a great price, by the way. All right, let's do it. Damn, you be graded. The swirl. Yes, a great swirl, man. Drill that. No, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're not drilling that. So we're looking for some hits. Petulant doesn't count. Well, okay, what do you actually have? Let's just see what you got. We need 10 items, right? You got some of these hollows. You got a lot of these hollows, let's be honest. That's a hit. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. That looks really good. Shenron. Chevron. I'm not sure if I'm highly qualified to pre-grade those. Luigi. Let's take a look at these, huh? And here are 2 of these. All right, so you got some nice cards. Let's get started. When's your next show? Sean Lee, if you're having a great time in our stream, take a second and smash that subscribe button. Because first of all, YouTube will just tell you next time I'm live. But we have a stream schedule that's very consistent. We stream every morning at, well, basically at about 10:30 Central Time. So what does that really translate to? That's 11:30 in New York, and that's 8:30 in California. Okay, so 10:30 Central Time. I'm living in Missouri. We actually live in a really nice house in Missouri. We live in the lake house in Missouri, so we're not so sure if we're moving ever. We're waiting to find out if Missouri becomes a tax-free state. That's a big deal if it does. If it becomes tax-free, I would literally recommend moving here to you guys. But until then, I can't make that recommendation. I recommend you move to Tennessee right now. All right, let's see. Wow, it's a really nice card. I actually almost wonder if it can grade 10. But this corner up here bothers me. This upper right-hand corner is just, it's got kind of a jagged edge. It's very small. I would give this a 9.5 plus, but I think it's actually kind of a risky one. So I'm going to say just 9.5 on this. Mr. Drill, nice start. You should follow because I just showed up here and there and eat the card you wish to ship out. What? What are you talking about? Mr. I'm here. Was negotiating with William Hung on his appearance at the next Super Bowl. William Hung, huh? All right, so that's going to be 9.5. Mr. Where am I in the queue? My eyes are killing me. It looks like we already did yours. We already did yours, Mr. Jonas. Mr. Read my message. Mr. Did you like the halftime show? So I just want to mention, I actually have nothing against Puerto Rico at all. Like, I think it's a nice place. And I have nothing against Bad Bunny personally. I just think he should have sang a song in English. That's my perspective on it. So we got a 2.5. I do believe this is a chunk of the surface missing here that is causing a reflection from the foil underneath. And when we flip it around, we see there's some heavy off-centering. This card is going to receive a 6. I get fed bulk cards, and I'm trapped down here. You ever dip a bulk card in soy sauce? Yeah, here's 6. All right. Okay, we got to learn how to trap you down there. We got to get you encapsulating some cards. We got to get you some practice cards. You would make it look. Let me show you what it will look like, Miss Alexis. Look. So we got to get you doing one of these. Look at that. You want to do one of these? You'll be like an expert. There we go. We'll just have like a little stack. Let's see. Here's Kurenai. Huyi. Huyi. I did another one with more. Check again. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let me do this first. So we've graded, what, 3? So that's a 6. Order 1959. Uh-oh. So the edges of the card look a little messy, and I don't know how PSA will actually deal with that. I think they might mark it off for that. Or did I miss it? You might have missed it, because I did see a $41 order go by. What was the $41 order again? So this was Mr. Jonas 34 minutes ago, $41, and the order was... No, we haven't done this one yet. All right, you're next, okay? Have no fear, you're next. Have no fear. All right. You can do it, Alexis. I believe in you. Card ink has many nutrients. Order pizzas for the less. All right, let's see. Well, and, you know, the problem is this corner's not very good anyways. Yeah, I mean, I would send this into PSA like an experiment, but I feel like it's probably going to grade 8 or 7. I'll put down the 7 because it's harsher. All right, but it might get an 8. Okay, so the Naruto cards might be a little hard to grade, everybody. We got a little Luigi time. Don't bother with Beckett, but man, that's looking pretty clean. You might actually have a shot at a 10 there. I'm going to write down 9.5 plus just because I typically feel pretty skeptical about square cut cards in general, but he's going to get 9.5 plus. Would I send him in? I would give that one a try. So here's Shenron, and let's check the back of the card. So it's kind of an asymmetric card, isn't it? You know, there's a top and a bottom, but it's not very easy to see how well centered it is. And then left to right, the centering's fine. Left to right. Yeah, left to right centering's fine. I can't judge the top to the bottom. I'm not a good judge on this. But based on what we're seeing, I don't see a flaw on this. Okay. Give me a few weeks and I can tap into card encapsulation. Here's that. Okay. I'm moving again. Alexis. Here we are. I don't know what to grade this as because I can't guarantee a 10 on it. So I'll write 10 question mark. Like that. And what that really means is, unless the top to bottom centering is off, I would expect a 10. So that is one problem you can run into. Ah, look at this centering. So there is a little top to bottom off centering on this card, and it maybe came out of the same booster box. So that card, the Shenron, could be a risk. But let's talk about how off center it is. It's not that bad. It's pretty slight. I would not send these off to BGS. I would send these off to PSA. I would not even send these to tag grading. Tag grading will not allow you to have off-centering on the back of the card. They're very tough. Whoa, we just dropped down to 51 viewers. What happened? We had like 69 a second ago. Here's another card. We're looking like we got some great surface there. Just slide off centering there. All right, so for this card, I would anticipate a 10. So what are you going to do with the Gold Star Torchic? Probably hold it a little bit and wait for an opportunity to host a break on it because I think he'd be a great break card. This card has a big flaw up here. There's no chance at a 10. We're going to give it a 6. At PSA, it would be a 6. At another company, it might be like an 8. Archeon or something. Archeon Archeops. Looks good. I would not bother with BGS on this one. It has a miniature flaw on one of the top edges. Okay, I lean toward a 10 on this one. Okay. And then here's Scrafty. Oh, he's so scrafty. What are you doing with the Gold Star Torchic? I already read that. Let's see. Same here. There's a flaw on the bottom edge that's going to stop it from getting a 10 with BGS. So don't BGS any of these. Let's see. BGS is such a harsh grader. You only want to send your very best to BGS. I'm going to call this one 9.5 plus. I didn't like the blip at the bottom of it, but I think it has a very high chance at a 10. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You just need one more, huh? TT asked me if I have a girlfriend. TT, let's see. Set that there. TT grandma or something? We are? Let's see. No, grandma. I have a boyfriend. All right, here's this girl. She's on an airplane. I don't know her name. She looks really nice. This is another asymmetric card. Oh, it's Bulma. All right, let's see. Left to right centering is good. We're going to mark this as 10 question mark. All right. Gotcha. I was just in the market for that card, wondering what you valued it at. Oh, I don't know, like 3.6 thousand or something like that. Auntie asked if I had many girlfriends. I got one today and another one tomorrow, but no wedding. Oh, no, bro. There we go. Very nice. One of your very finest investments in your life is your girlfriend. And the sooner you start that investment, the sooner you build wealth. How boring of a response was that? Nicholas Pacheco. Hope that helps you. Remember, you can rewatch that now to help make decisions about what you want to do. So, Jonas, Mr. Jonas, Fortnite Series 1. Here it is. Impel Marvel. Oh, no, wait. Panini Minecraft. Let's start there. Panini Minecraft, Time to Mine. Where is that? Where are they? There we go. Best or worst investment. Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I guess it has to act... Well, I mean, investments don't always work out, do they? Metazoo base set. Let's go find some Metazoo base set. Oh, yeah, bro. Here's some Metazoo base set. Oh, yeah. Mamma mia. 3 of the Fortnites. Oh, I didn't catch that. Okay, 3 Fortnites. Okay, ta-da. Okay, 3 Fortnites. Now, the Marvel Impel Series 3. We also need 2001 edition NFL 5 TCG. So where am I hiding the 5? I never know where to go looking for that stuff. Is it in this bag? There we are. Boy, that was smart of me. I said put it where it should be. And that's where it was. With the sports cards. So you got those. Now, the Impel Series 3 is over there. What am I missing? Anything? All right, let me get the Impel Series 3. Oh, my legs. My legs! Is this Series 2 or Series 3? That's Series 2. Yep, I guess a relationship can be really ruinous. Oops. If you get the wrong one. Aha, here we are. Got it. Whoa, it's tricky over here, man. Marvel Series 3. Check that out, everybody. Whoa, it says we have only 34 watchers. I don't know if I believe that. I wonder if the views are bugged. You selling that Gold Star Torchic? All right, so let's snip this. How could we go from almost 70 viewers to 34 viewers in like 5 minutes? That's definitely a bug. There we go. All right, let's snip this. Look, now it says we have 30 viewers. I don't know. That's not a normal behavior. Just 30? Yeah, right. It's a glitch. It's actually closer to 27. EX era absolutely blew up. People realize how stupidly rare it is compared to modern. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Snipping this. EX era blew up. I think anything really rare has that ability. So even if it hasn't blown up now, it's going to blow up eventually. You know what I mean? Anything that's super rare. That's why those quest stickers go for so much now. All right, you ready? Because those are really rare and they look super cool. What do we got? What do we got? Ooh. Slipping this in here. Pack number 1. Pack number 2. It's the pony. Mr. Love. What are you guys doing for Valentine's Day, huh? Anything cool? Do you know the Japanese popular Chikawa series is very similar to Hello Kitty? Chikawa. No, I don't know that, I'm afraid. Never heard of that. All right, no hollows in these packs. It's pretty hard to actually get hollows from Fortnite. Here's Minecraft Time to Mine. You would always tell people to snatch that era up. I remember you also saying it was solo pop that one day you just won't see 10s for sale. We are hitting that point. Oh, we've hit that point. It's come and gone. There we go. But yeah, so it's weird how accurate I was on some of those things. And I think I get some credit for that. We are. Chicken Jockey. Chicken Jockey. Wait. Chicken Jockey's in Time to Mine? Wow. Look at this Chicken Jockey, bro. Having a date with Manuela. There we go. Yeah, you know, I was a pretty heavy buyer into not just those gold stars, the couple that I did buy. Because every time you bought one, you had to pay like through the nose for them. They were really expensive. Right, like when I bought this gold star Charizard, I had to pay $22,000 for it. So this was $22,000 back in 2022. And I mean, you're staking the farm on this thing that's not proven. So it's a pretty scary move, actually. And you could just buy anything you wanted at that time period. I mean, if you think about it, Evolving Skies still would have been a great purchase. But it's not as prestigious. It's not as prestigious. We are. So yeah, Chicken and Chicken Jockey. I love it. All right, so the Minecraft cards are fun, guys. You got to give them a try. Now, MetaZoo base set. Here it is. So that's a Gold Star Charizard that I bought at the time because I felt that pretty much the entire EX era was much more rare. Ooh, Power Up Orange. Has a little Mothman on the card. I felt that whole time period was heavily undervalued. Now, isn't that like 100K? Lol, that Gold Star's art. I don't really know. I think he's like 65, isn't he? I know the Gold Star Gyarados went for 100. To my shock, Gold Star Charizard. Let's get back over here. So, but I bought a lot of those nice reverse hollows from that time period. Ooh, Trevor Lawrence rookie. Nice, dude. That's a hit. All right. And usually you get a rare card back here. Here. So that's what you're trying to pull in here, by the way, which we're on our last box of this. Finally, I've had these products for, I'm going to say for 4 years or something. Oh, yeah. What we got? Justin Jefferson. Oh, yeah. The stamps and everything went up. PSA 9s were especially slept on. I got some Rocket Returns 9s for under 50 that are like 500 now. It was all slept on, man, because when I got started, the Rocket Return 10s were only like $100 anyways. A lot of them were. And sadly, I didn't buy more in that time, but like I got 2 of those Dark Dragonites for like $250. It's like really shocking how cheap they were back then and how now it's like a $10,000 card. Like, what? it's crazy. It's really crazy, actually. It feels like comparable to a smaller degree to one of the things that happened with crypto. Okay, here we go. This is Impel Marvel Series 3. We don't sell this very often, but we should. It's such a great set. These are all vintage from a long time ago. We got Infinity Gauntlet. Cool, man. Look at that. That is so cool. Kree versus Skrull War. Here is Atlantis Attacks. We've got Daredevil. Look how many cards you get from one pack, dude. Like, these are all gradable. They're all vintage, just like Topps non-hollows. Fantastic Four. We have Thanos. Was there a Poke coin in the live customs? Yes, there is a coin in the live customs. It's an extremely rare base set Japanese Chansey coin from like 1996. It is. It's the original coin for Pokemon. That is as original as it gets. Here's Spider-Man and Daredevil. And here we have Ghost Rider and Superheroes Cable. There's the whole pack. So a lot of cool cards in there, not just one card. The whole pack's gradable. Now, if you're lucky, by the way, when you open these, you pull a holo. That's what you're looking for. The non-holos can be graded, but if you pick up a holo, you're doing really well at that point. So you can still grade the rest of the cards, and you get a holo. The football cards included Trevor Lawrence rookie. How cool. Hindsight's always 20/20, I guess, mister. I'm still high on Topps cards, and I think they're still undervalued mostly. You know, we haven't seen the price movement in Topps cards the same way you saw it in the EX era. And I think part of that is explainable with the EX era, including these Gold Star cards that people just went really crazy for. And because people went crazy for the Gold Star cards, they also went crazy for anything related to them. So I think some of it has to do with that. And then some of it is also just the fact that, you know, these are actual mainline sets that people open and played the game with, and maybe they're a little more nostalgic for that than for the 1999 Topps. However, if you look at the Topps, some of the Topps still do well. Like, there are Topps cards that have sold for a lot of money. It just depends on what you're talking about. Like, if you're looking at the Sparkle and Techno Topps cards, those have done fairly well. And I do own the Sparkle Charizard. Let's see. PSA 10 Topps Pokemon. Yeah, those are surprising, but maybe not doing as well as some other Pokemon cards that went up in price. That's what's crazy about Pokemon. It all went up in price. All right, so check it out. On January 29th, $25,000 Sparkle Topps Charizard. And then there's Mewtwo, there's a Techno Blastoise, Techno Squirtle for $6K. So some of those Sparkle cards hold a lot of value. Actually, here's a plain Spectra Charizard for 3.5. And I bought that Charizard for just 7,000. So if he sold for 25, that computes to like times 4-ish. Well, 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times 4 is 28. So a little less than times 4. Maybe a little better than 3. Maybe like 3.5. That's not bad. 3.5 times 3.5 for the Charizard. But the thing is, not all Topps cards did that. Some of them did that. Not all of them did. It just depends on what you're looking at. Gonna hit the hay now. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate all the orders. You made tonight fun, Mr. Jonas Gordon. I really appreciate you hanging out, man. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 7:35. I can't believe we've already reached 3 hours. I can't believe that's how fast the time goes, man. I feel like I blinked and the stream was mostly over. Let's see what we got here. What do we got here? We've got this. Damn, bro. That's Tag Team 2019 Raikou. We're repricing these cards right now. This is a repricing stream. Tag Team Raikou. So this card is still $36. This is a catch, guys. I mean, it is just a holo, but look how nice it is. It's a holo of the legendary cats, not dogs. Yes, this is a cat. Look at it. And from 2019, that is from 7 years ago now. This is a 7-year-old holo. It's not getting any younger. From the famous Tag Team All-Star set, and you're talking only $36. That's that room to grow concept. It wouldn't be very hard for this to go from 36 to 70. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be very hard for that to happen. So there's that. I feel like that's cheaper than some of the holos I have on the table right now. You know? Ooh, Leaf Green Weedle. Pop 2, it says. I just spent 1K on a Crystal Guardians Bulbasaur PSA 10. The FOMO got me. What sucks is I remember it being on the table here for $200 at one point. Yeah, I think I still own one of those. Let me see. Is it in my vault right now? I don't know what's in my vault and what's not in my vault because I kept some of the cards over here, but I think half of them are in the PSA vault. But I think that card you're referring to might actually be with me. Bulbasaur. Let's see if we can find any interesting Bulbasaurs in my collection. No, but look at these Bulbasaurs. Look. So what I do have in my collection right now, I have 2 PSA 10 Quest sticker Bulbasaurs and 1 Tora Karuto Bulbasaur. Unlisted. But this one is listed. What did I list it for? Probably some obscene amount. Because I don't want to sell it. I just don't want to sell it. So I've listed on eBay for $6,000. Let's see. Does it have any? Oh, it's up for $6,000, and there are 3 people looking at it. I don't know. Imagine it's sold, but it probably won't. But it's just I want to show it off. You know, I want people to see it. It's a cool thing, right? Yeah, it's a neat Bulbasaur, but that's way overpriced. Obviously, I mean, there's so many. That costs more than first edition base set Bulbasaur. So why would anyone buy that? Came late to the stream. I'll try to join tomorrow's daytime stream. Hey, what's up, Mr. Brett? Let me show you something since you're here. I got your 10 cards that are going out. Okay, we got these all ready for you. Picked the 10th one tonight when we had a moment. Team Rocket Mewtwo's going out. Rayquaza. Here's Radiant Zard, Regigigas Deontay Art, Charizard V-Star, Drapion Alt, Sylveon Master Ball, Tyranitar Prismatic, and we found this Star Wars card that looked pretty good. It's Darth Talon, a sexy girl card. How about that? That'll be fun. So that is what we've chosen. Of course, I pre-graded a couple cards for free to find that before we reached that point. We tested, like, for example, a Altart Kangaskhan, but that definitely looked like it was going to grade 9. All right, so there you go. You've got your 10 cards ready to go, and that means I'm ready to send that out. Poker Weedle. All right, what do we got for Poker Weedle? So here's Japanese silver playing card, Poker Weedle, $88. But that's more like a common Weedle. Playing cards, Weedle. This Weedle right here is from 2004 Leaf Green, Fire Red. And we were just talking about the EX era. This is EX era. That's what this is. Now, on my screen, here's a couple Weedles. Look at this. So we got the classic 1996 Weedle for, and that's the green version, for $900. And then the silver version is for $88. And then the 3D version is for a whopping $435. I think we're just going to keep this one as is. I think it's correctly priced for what it is. It's very rare. But let's see. Any new pack breaks? Yes, there is a new pack break, everybody. It is the Sandstorm pack break right here. Give you a chance to pull that reverse hollow Umbreon. Remember, Umbreon's in here. Sandstorm Umbreon. You can only get them as a reverse hollow. And this pack has a guaranteed reverse hollow. So this is a 5,000? I can't remember. We just looked it up. It last sold for like 5K. That's last sold. That doesn't mean that that's what you can buy one for today. Like, if you look him up, he's probably not even for sale if you look him up. PSA 10, Sandstorm, Umbreon. Let's see what we got. Right, he's not for sale. There's not one available. And so he could probably cost a whole lot of money if he popped up for sale again. Ooh, Pristine Rebel Clash Melodic. That's super cool. Look at that. This is I last priced it at $60. What a pretty card. And it got a Pristine. Okay, tossing this over here. I'm jealous of how much time and dedication you took on picking out his cards to grade, says Mr. Tyler. I guess part of that is because he's done a lot of business with me, and I know he's got to make some money back. So I'm hoping all of those grade well for him. 1 or 2 might be a 9, but I want to see him make some money back on what he opened. I mean, it's got to happen. And also, you know, he sent in for a pretty big round of grading, and so I appreciate it when an order is real big like that. Try to help out a little bit here and there. Here it is. All right. You want to grade 10 cards with PSA? I might be able to pick out some of your good cards for you if you do 10 cards. He sent in 10. That's a lot. 10, he went with tag, so it was $300. All right, let's see. Melodic, and it is a 10022. All right. Oh, man, we got that reflector outside the window now. It's so creepy. It makes me feel like someone's looking in the window. All right. So it's a little bit cheaper as a PSA 10, but what about a BGS 10? So as a PSA 10, it's $40, just so you know. And there's not a pristine BGS 10. You know, I'm going to go with 60. I think 60 is appropriate for the pristine. All right, here's the double dot, which means we have repriced it. By the way, if you're just joining, you might have missed, we have some fresh Cardconomist cards. We don't grade a lot anymore, but we are trying to get back into it a little bit. But look, 2 fresh grades. Look at that. They're Quips drawings, so those are available now. If you guys ask me to, I'll host a break on those. Those are Quips drawings. A bit of fun, aren't they? And look at this, Shiny Treasures Zatu. I gotta look that up. PSA 10, Shiny Treasures Zatu. Okay, so this Zatu is correct at $60. Awesome. Wait, look at that. Looks like we bumped our camera a little bit. Move this a little bit over here. Okay. All right. All right. Look at those beautiful cards. Isn't that nice? Okay, here's a quick order for our friend, Mr. Edgar. What's up, man? How's it going, man? Let me click. Let me hit refresh, apparently. I have to hit refresh or it won't work. Karis and I finished Gears of War 3, and now we're going to play Gears of War 4 together. One spot in the Sandstorm break. Hell yeah, dude. All right, I love that. It got started in one day. That's awesome. There you have it. So this is going to be really fun to break. Of course, if you pull a common and it grades 10, it'll probably pay itself off. We were just talking about how desirable the EX era is right now. There it is. I think it's kind of underpriced for what you're getting. I kind of do. Thank you so much for that. Now, I think we might wrap up right here, guys. It's 7:43. We've hit the 3-hour mark. We're just about 4 minutes away from 3 hours. And I'm going to go hang out with Karis. We got our daytime stream done. It was about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. And the nighttime stream, 3 hours. Total stream time, a little over 5 hours today for Monday. Not the busiest day, but also we don't have any new products today. So, I noticed things go crazy when the new products come out. And so it's just a fun day to do things like trade in cards for the trade slab, work on pre-grades. Mr. Nicholas Pacheco got a 10 for 10 pre-grade. The binder break moved. Did you guys catch that? So the binder break has Nicholas Pacheco in it right now. He's interested in it. Let's show it off for anyone who just arrived. So a couple of these old stickers, some nice hollows here, just a bit of stuffing, right? So we got a lot of hollows. We've got some hollows that came into those trade breaks, and we basically just pumped them back in here. Here's a little Charmander, Charmeleon, Diglett, Dugtrio. Okay, the good stuff. Erica's Bellsprout, Vulpix, Drowsy. That's vintage. Here's Karuta vintage, Sleep, vintage. Master Ball, Lycanroc. It's kind of like a booster pack of Gem 3. I love video games. Doc Ock, Evil Inventor. This is XY Skarmory, XY Shuppet Hollow. Here's a little Gym Pokeball. There's Lantern Uncommon, Tyranitar V. Some Topps cards. We were just talking about Topps. Here's a little Pikachu. Brugzish. We got a little Poliwrath poker card. He's really cool. That's the 1996 one. What, by the way, is he green or red? He's red. So he's a little red Poliwrath, and, that matters a little bit. Now, we got a whole bunch of poker cards, actually. Now, some of these are from the Leaf Green set. Here's an XY Tepig. And then here's some Kirby again. We always have some Kirby. Here's Reshiram Stamp. Look at that, everyone. Reshiram Stamp. Vincent promo and Tornadoes promo. That's where we're at. There's still time to jump in here. It doesn't go off until 4 people are in here. And as long as it has not gone off, I just keep adding to it. So we can keep adding spots to this binder break. It's a new thing, and people seem to like it. So because it's gone off, apparently this is round number 4. So this is round 4 of the binder break, all right? The Jumbo Pack Break, that's running too. That's full. Yeah, we're just doing this rotation. Pretty soon, we're going to be taking fresh pictures of the 9s and lower. My God, is that box full. So when these Zs are done, the 9s and lower box gets rotated. After that, we got two other boxes to work on. The Pricey Slabs box and the Consignment box. I'm highly interested in doing consignment for you guys. Reach out if you'd like me to sell your slabs for you. I'll help you with it. DP the Show God. What's up, man? Is Game Economist not a thing anymore? Well, I came back to play Monster Hunter Wilds, and to be honest, I didn't feel like it was worth dedicating, 3,000 hours to again. They hardly changed the game. They did like some minor changes, some quality of life changes. You got like the secrets, you got the weapons have new optimal attack modes, but they didn't add a new weapon. I was so highly disappointed with that. The game really did just feel, once again, like Monster Hunter World, but almost like a downgrade. Monster Hunter World was just way too good. But so I started working on that, and it just did not feel like I was prepared to dedicate huge amounts of time to it. Okay, so I played the game, I played the story mode, I finished it, I played some multiplayer, and then there was nothing to do at launch. They didn't have any good monsters, and it did feel like Monster Hunter World 2.0. What they were going to do, they were going to drip feed us a couple monsters that were pulled out of the game. They were already in development. They pulled it out of the game. They're going to give us hard mode. They're going to give us like all these weapons to grind for. And then they're going to go, yikes! Now those weapons are obsolete because we released one new monster. Now you got to fight that monster. Also, I really didn't like some changes they made. I did not like that you can only put attack gems into your weapon and defense gems into your armor. It takes away control over your build, and it just felt so bad at that point. So there were many flaws with the game, I felt, and I really did not want to work on thousands of hours of content like we did with Monster Hunter World. There's so many people making content over there for it anyways, and they're well integrated into the game, but I don't envy them. I feel like they're playing a game that is probably highly repetitive and not as exciting as you would have hoped for the next entry into the series. But, overall, it's a nice little game if you're going to play it for like 60 to 100 hours and then move on. I wasn't going to play it for 3,000. So I'm actually much happier over here. DP says there are other games to play. Yeah, that's true. I could just start doing like a Let's Play series or something like that. Karis and I play Gears of War together, but we do so privately. We get to lay around and just be goofy and really relax instead of put on a performance like a jester, right? That's what we're doing right now. I'm a jester. And so I'm enjoying games the natural way. I'm just playing games, and Pokemon cards are the side hustle, huh? We've been doing Pokemon cards for 7 years, and I'm not losing any passion for it. I still love it. Love to watch you play Gears. Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll make some content sometime, but I think our current setup isn't well designed for streaming. We had a setup in this room. I just got rid of it. That was what I made Monster Hunter Wild on, was a setup in this room. However, I just didn't feel like it was the best use of my time. My best use of my time is over here. So that's what ended up happening. I'm over here working, and it's such a good use of my time to do Pokemon cards. And then gaming is like, you work your ass off to make 20 bucks with gaming, and you have to play the game so much, it's not even fun anymore. But again, it doesn't help that Monster Hunter Wilds was genuinely still very repetitive. Didn't feel like they changed enough. No new weapons. A lot of the monsters just felt kind of copy-paste. I'm not going to lie. It really did just feel kind of okay. And then, there's not a lot of other games capturing my attention. I did like Elden Ring Night Rain for a little while, and even that kind of died off because they released it wasn't a lot of content at launch. It's like a half game. Then they released DLC, and they brought in Deep of the Night, and it was just such a terrible game mode. I was like, why would anyone play this? So if you're a jester, tell us a joke then. Why did the Pikachu cross the road? Because he needed to get to the other side. There you go. All right, I'm a very funny person. So please clap or you're all banned. I'm going to hop off, guys, and I'll see you for the Tuesday morning time stream. And we'll have a giveaway, okay? You guys want giveaways? We didn't go do a giveaway for Monday. Let's do a giveaway for Tuesday. I'll see you there, guys. Sounds good, Mr. NHCC. Probably maybe something you're wondering if I needed to take a picture of it. No problem. If there's something that needs a picture,